is a goat.
Previously on Lost. So last episode, you guys had struggled through the challenge of God's Valley, and you were lucky. Oh fuck, Marks. That's a very good point. Sorry, pause 1 second. I forgot he survived it.
Marks is gonna survive the whole thing. I think you're fine. So you better get used to remembering it.
Let me just.
He's not going to be with us forever, Tom.
He will.
He will not be with us forever.
He will. He's just annoying enough that Alex is going to want to keep him around. Drawing him was my favourite, by the way. Getting his face smashed.
So, you, with Mark's guidance, you managed to shortcut through God's Valley, and thanks to that shortcut and the non-appearance of the worm, you encountered a strange scene at Colemane's camp, where her and her entire party were beheaded and killed. You found only their heads, their supplies, and pretty much everything except their torsos, and any signs of a struggle. Non-deterred by that, you pushed forward and saw the giant statue of Lunus, with his giant hammer carved into the very breast of a mountain. But unfortunately, at the same time, Fane's party arrived, and so the rush began to get the Winter's Rose. As both parties collided, the moment the Winter's Rose was plucked, the statue crumbled into ruin and brought down the mountainside, pulling you all safely and securely into a gully of flat land with mountainous mountains all around, almost like a bowl.
Mountains are mountainous.
As you come into this partially enclosed area, the weathered storm beating upon your brow, you see a windmill, forge, barn like house jutting out from this rock face. You immediately get this overwhelming sense of warmth, and so you press forward. All of you feel this urge not to fight, and so you sheath your blades and continue. There you meet the demigod of the Aldari, Lunus. He then rewards you all by healing you with some lovely herbal teas and some mead. You're all fed and warmth and no longer freezing to death. You see adorned in his house, he's clearly been busy for the last 1,000 years as he's been forging away with his forge outside. Your Uruks and Bleety are stabled. Oh, pardon me. And you are treated to hospitalities of the greatest kind. He also rewards Voltrim with the breastplate, thus finishing Voltrim's armor set, and rewards Voltrim with the bronzed circlet, crown of the dwarven race, and then declares him the most likely successor and king. You asked him some questions. He spoke to you guys. You see in his the very peak of his windmill, there's a giant amber crystal, which is, as you know, a waystone, but the largest waystone you've ever seen. In comparison to your tiny little one. He also has, like I said, all these weapons. Reiner took a short sword. Freya, he actually did mean to give you 2 new knuckle duster daggers. So these knuckle knives with the blades longer, and it's made of elemental steel, so you can infuse it with your fire and ignite your weapons completely. So you can basically effectively swap between using dusters or holding them the other way, and they become like burning swords. You're on mute. And then what else happened? Towards the end of the meeting, as all the dwarfs are healing, Fane went to speak to Voltrim and effectively bent the knee, and promised him his service in battle should the need ever arise. And it immediately arose when 3 portals appeared, effectively breaking the magical seal around this area, and outstrode forces of Chaos Warriors that you haven't seen since Skyhold. Alright. We all caught up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
Was
that.
Sky out the time that Freya opened
You-
the book?
Yeah, no, that's the
Yeah,
crag.
who does have the book?
Voltrum.
yeah, I have it.
Damn it, Adam's. Is it just me, or is his voice out of sync with his video?
I
The
like to
camera
have
may
a-
be really bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only a
got a better
couple
camera
seconds. Okay, so
Just to clarify with the Waystones, what are they saying now in his house?
so he has a giant waystone.
Yeah.
The waystones are blocked, so these like runes appear over them, and then basically seem to be burning into the waystone. And that's something stopping you from traveling out using a waystone.
Okay. So remind me, we see 3 different portals. With
The storm starts getting heavier, and you can just see these like purple lights appearing in the distance.
Can we see what's in them?
No.
So we can't see Harken's impending armor.
No, but Lunas effectively turns to you guys. They are here. We have some time as they gather. There needs to be no rushing this of any kind. We must fight cleverly and use our skill to our advantage. Dwarfs, and he turns, and like all of them stand up. You see them like almost as seen from the Hobbit. They all kind of arise like shackling blades. See fit to take any weapons here, though they are in their infancy, and see to prepare. I ask this of you not for the survival of the champions here, but for your own survival. We must fight as one. Voltrum is now your king. Do you accept? And like Thurin and Durin immediately go to one knee, and Fane as well. And then when Fane does, the rest go to their knee. We accept, they all say in like unison. Very well. Now please go and prepare. And they like rush out. Thurin and Durin are first. They like Thurin pulls off this giant like 2-handed axe and runs out. Durin sword and shield. Then there's Saren and Dane and
Thimble.
Fimble's apparently not spawned in, so I need to change that.
And Banger.
And then Banger as well, yeah. I'll spawn Fimble in later. Fane's the last to leave as he like does like a really courteous nod towards Voltrum, and then like looks upon the demigod one more time as he shuts the door, cutting off the storm. Champions, we have some time. Is there any questions you would like to ask before I show you something?
Whoa. We don't swing that way. And
He
secondly,
undoes his belt.
how long exactly did you know we were going to be in imminent danger? And when did you think you'd bring that up? And, with specifics.
The marks you all bear as the mark of sacrifice. You have been chosen to be sacrificed in the summoning of something far more powerful. These marks allow chaos to track you, but with some guidance, it can become a double-edged sword, and you, in fact, may learn to track chaos through it.
Go back to the bit about the sacrifices.
Yeah.
You bear the brand of sacrifice.
Okay, so we're all going to die.
Ultimately, you are the sacrifice for a being that wishes to traverse the void. Or
So
a
if we
being,
kill the being, or stop the being from coming, then we don't die.
it is you versus him.
Okay, that's fine.
Angel Fernandez is no sacrificial lamb. And then I turn to Bleedy and go,
Who
no
branded you?
offense."
Please. Who branded you? But that will be the one that wishes to sacrifice you.
Right. Anarian wants to sacrifice us.
Well, then he is
Is there-
your adversary.
Is there a way to get rid of the mark?
Only by killing the person that marked you.
Great.
Typical.
Or by disconnecting from Discord.
Bye.
Any other questions?
When we walked in here, you said some people who walked in here were doomed to die. Who were you talking about?
Death is inevitable. We are all doomed to die.
Yeah, but you don't
That's
say
not
that to
answering the
someone when you
question. Yeah,
first
that's not
meet them.
answering the question.
I'm
though,
talking
is it?
within the next
Everyone's
24
gonna die.
hours.
You are doomed to die, your sacrifices. I would say that is the most proverbial way of talking, wouldn't you?
God damn you.
Damn you and your logic.
You set us up. God. Not that I don't appreciate... Here's one. Can we get out of here? Before we have to fight these guys.
So, we must destroy the portals. They are blocking the Waystone. The most easiest way to destroy the portals is to kill the sorcerers holding them open. For them to be here and to have broken my seal, they must be desperate. This will cost a large amount of magic from their side. The veil is thinned, far greater than I'd feared, and he turns to Voltrim. You've seen the veil.
Mm-hmm.
It is growing weaker day by day, but I did not expect it to be this weak. There must be something siphoning power from it. That will be your next target. Though I cannot say where or what it is. Something out there exists and is pulling power, allowing the chaos to creep into our world. We may see that demons are amongst us now, but there is something I must show you. This is the most obvious sign. He opens up this box, and like the moment it opens, you hear this like whispering in a foreign tongue, and it makes your brands bleed. All of you get like a splitting headache immediately, and like see flashes in your eyes. And he puts his hand in, and like his fingertips almost freeze as he pulls out this egg-shaped stone with like this. It's almost a smooth obsidian crystal with like writing written all over it, and the writing shifts and changes and morphs. And he holds it like an arm's length in front of you. This is what is known as a catalyst. It thins the veil and allows communication from our world to theirs. The demons you've encountered so far, they were mortals, or elves, or orcs, or dwarfs at one point. They found a catalyst, and through its corruption, they turned slowly. Or perhaps they used it for selfish needs. Should any of you wish for something, the catalyst will promise it as a reward. But only if you sacrifice something towards it. This is what thins the veil further, and allows for the demons to enter, and you in turn get your wish fulfilled, but join their forces. He puts it back in the box and closes it. This one is ruined. It is far too dangerous for you to have, and is far too dangerous to be let out of this box again. Make note, for you must find one of your own. I believe the way to defeat chaos is to use their strength against them. I know you have your quest, but should you seek one of these out, you will get closer to completing it, and it may aid you. Now, as he pulls off this gold cloak off this giant mirror that hangs before you. Yes, Riker?
Before we go on that, I have a few questions regarding Moore.
Of course.
We've encountered her a couple of times now, in different forms. What form was she in when Scribbles encountered her? If you have memory of that.
I have no information of who this Scribbles is, I'm afraid.
Okay.
The last time I saw Moore, she was a young child who grew up alongside Aegis. And I knew there was darkness in her. She was magic. And the only one of her kind to be magic.
Do you believe that darkness to be conquerable, or is it consuming?
I believe Moore treads a different path to that of Anarian or any of the Chaos Forces. She is, as far as I'm aware, pursuing her own selfish goals. But I would advise that she is an adversary as she was once to Aegis. and to our own people. I had retreated to the mountains long before anything ever happened, but given that Voltrum is here before me, Aegis is not. And if Moore is still alive, then that is something to fear.
Maybe not one to be an ally with. So you have no knowledge of her powers, because in our previous encounter in Hammer's home, we found that she was almost a plague of locusts hiding, and had extreme familiarity with the powers of Voltrum and of Aegis.
Well, she has fought them once before, no doubt. She grew up with Aegis, she knows him. Voltrum grew up with Aegis as well. If she has taken on a more perverse form, then there is something in her being that is not right.
What do you all think? Turning to the group.
About more specifically, or just in general?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. More specifically.
Oh, more specifically, I see. I mean, that's very much your sort of neck of the woods down there. I'm more concerned about who's coming through that portal, and whether you know who they are and how we can defeat them specifically. Who leads them?
I can be of some assistance. He places his palm onto the floor, and then as he slowly raises it, this rock formation forms, and you see fire, wind, water, lightning crackling off of it until it's this giant two-handed golden hammer, and he rips it from the earth and twists two gears on it, and then places the hammer bit down, and you hear these rocks moving outside. You guys kind of look out the window and you see what was once covered in clumps of snow, these giant golems rise from the earth and embody these spirits. So one's covered and lit up with fire, one has water seeping from the very rockish core of itself, one has gusts of air flowing around it, and one's got lightning crackling off of it. We will fight this together, my friend, as he places this giant hand on Angel's shoulder. Now, there's something I must show you.
Wait, I have more questions.
We're not like that.
There's two.
The mirror looks fine. Okay, he looks up. He moves the curtain and looks out the window. Okay, fine, damn it. What is
Just
it?
because you didn't answer me last time.
Okay.
How can I save the hobgoblin race?
I don't know. I'm not an oracle. Next.
Yes, her. Point at Freya. Her brother. It has a staff that I couldn't pick up. Do you know anything about that?
What's your name, child?
I'm trying to look for my last name now.
Okay.
We threw out his name.
Where is it? Where is it?
During this time, the hobgoblins, they've gone through a lot of blight.
I don't even know what a
What is a hob?
Wait a minute.
There's something about gold. What's the deal with the gold? Nubbins. I'm gonna get out Nubbins and show him. You have no familiar.
It looks like a regenerative version of a goblin. It looks like something that has crept away into a cave to die and is somehow adapted and
I'm gonna
living
cover
in it.
Nubbins' ears. Hush your mouth, sir. Put Nubbins away.
Is your surname Elisar by any chance?
It's not. Sorry.
Mine's
Or
Fernando.
some
I've got it. I'm just about to get Valia.
Valia, Yes.
That's a cool name.
There existed a Valia in my time, in Markef. A formidable knight who requested a weapon be made when I still owned a forge there. It is a spear known as the Cloud Piercer. It is a weapon passed down now through the Valia family, I'm guessing for generations. And the reason why you cannot wield it is because it was not meant to be wielded by you. unfortunately, Angel Fernandez. Though you have some very unique weapons. He looks over at your katana, your tanto, and your chain.
And I remember all of them at all times. Puts hand on
Good.
chain.
Good. Those cards you were sent with all the information you should ever need. Right, now, any other questions?
How'd you get your hair like that?
Well, it's another
Years
product-
of not
oh.
knowing civilization.
Not you,
Yeah.
Angel.
Freya,
I have
did you
a
have a
question.
question?
With this spear that my brother held, how come he can hold it?
Because he is your brother and of your kin.
So can I hold it then?
Yes.
Mm.
The Valia... What was your name, sorry? Not Valiums.
No, got it now.
Valias. The
She gets
Valias
hit in
are
the head
a...
so
Valia,
often, you don't
Valia.
call her a brave.
The Valias are a close kin to a very famous house, and my own descendants, which were House Seastar.
I thought this guy was a dwarf.
No, he's not a dwarf.
No.
He's a giant Aldari god. He created the first dwarf, which then bred into our dwarfs.
Mm.
This guy is a large, golden-looking elf.
That's
awesome. So but effectively, he married an Eldar, or an elf, and then eventually House Seastar came from his lineage, and from House Seastar, Valias came to be. So, Freya is a great cousin to Sierra Seastar, and an Aryan.
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
Not you. You're not.
Very well. Right, I'm going to show you the mirror now. Everyone look in the mirror.
Alright.
And he rushes over. Okay. This is where I believe Chaos first came to trouble us. Is everyone looking? Good God, is everyone
I'm
looking?
trying
He
to
looks at
find
Ryder.
my card you were
I
talking
am
about.
looking, but where's the what?
The moment you stare into this mirror, like gold sunlight illuminates your eyes, and you're almost floating in the sky, looking down at Anonsol as you rapidly approach it. He's kind of standing there, floating beside you, as you guys almost have this. You know, when you fall in a dream and it stirs you, and you feel like you're falling forever, only to be snapped back to reality. You see Markef as it Freya. You instantly recognize some parts of it as Markef is being slowly built up from nothing. You see other Eldar towns, as well as Oziliath, which is this giant tower, this wide basin tower by the lake. You come into a soft landing, and you see a young Lunus forging away, and there is Dusk and Dawn, these golden siblings, eating like a plum and drinking wine by this ornate garden. And then another brother enters, clasped in this dark cloak with silver hair and silver eyes. He's clearly having a heated argument with this golden deity, which is undoubtedly Solace, who's got slick back gold hair, clean shaven, with these robes and togas. They have this heated argument to the point where Luna stops, and Noctis grows his wings and flies off. And Solace turns to the others. "What was that?" a younger Luna says. "It is appearing that Noctis wants nothing to do with Markef or Anonsol. He wishes to go and create." Dusk stands up. "But I thought you said that we were banned from creation." "You are. I have given Noctis a small amount of land to see fit. He will no doubtly fail. Now I must be away. My people need me." And he grows his wings and flies off. Older Lunus, who you're standing beside, looks at you. "This was Solace. He was everything our father said he would be and more. However, in his creation and his purpose, he gained vanity. He created the first race, the Eldar. Powerful, but ultimately flawed. They could not reproduce. And so their race, though could live forever, may eventually find their death. should they be troubled by another. He forbid us for any attempt at creation because he didn't want his first race to be ruined. But Noctis fled and found a plot of land in the cold and freezing wastes. And he made the first of humanity. But my sister Dusk believed that he shouldn't be outlawed for it, and so she aided him by giving humans the ability to love and reproduce at an alarming rate. And before long, humanity outnumbered the Eldar thousands to one, and the entire northern side of this world was abundant with humans. Solace declared and ushered that Noctis should purge his people, and Noctis refused. Noctis found something in the north. I believe he found the catalyst I showed you today, and in it fed into his body, his mind, and his blood, corrupting him, tormenting him, and turning him into the second king of chaos. Noctis's people were twisted and malformed and became these berserk creatures, taller and greater than before, because he knew the Eldar would put up a great and unholy fight. Besides, my brother and my sister and I stood with Solace, even if she did in fact aid Noctis, and that came to be the First Great War. So you immediately are then transported to this massive battlefield, like this marshland, which is where the narrow sea in Anonsol is now. So the actual lands are connected. And there's this huge swamp, and there's just thousands of bodies. The Eldar and the newly created High Elves are armored in gold and steel, where the humans are in leathers and bronze and furs, with almost Iron Age weapons, but they just outnumber. The whole mountainside is covered in humans as they charge down with axes and swords, and they clash into these lines. You see Solace, the younger Solace, standing beside Lunas. Dawn takes flight with his two wings and his spear and shield and joins the left flank. Dusk, she seems to have 6 wings and a long sword, and she floats off onto the other side. Solace turns, and he looks really depressed and sad as he looks at Lunas. I had hoped I wouldn't have to face him, our brother. But he has grown too powerful for any of you, and he now threatens all peace. I should never have let it come to this, but by my hand, I will bring him home, one way or another. And young Lunas looks up at him. Young Lunas now has a beard and is holding onto a demigryph that purrs beside him. Go, join the vanguard. They are facing casualties. We Eldar, my Eldar, are few and growing fewer, and the elves can only resist so much. Go. Young Lunas nods and summons these golems that ride beside him as he charges into battle. You see giant ice spheres and stalagmites appearing as Eldar just split in two, and this winged Eldari is flying down, killing Eldar and elves left and right. This female Eldar tries to go toe to toe with him, and she's just knocked into a trench by his backhand as he freezes all around her, crushing everyone beside her. Lunas appears and tries to fight him, and young Lunas is just knocked aside, and that's where with his giant golden wings, the sun behind him, Solace ignites his longsword, and this golden flame rips through it, and he brings down almost the entire might of the sun. Just this huge beam hits Noctis, and just this massive mushroom cloud explosion, wiping out almost everything in the center of the battlefield, friend and foe, until Noctis, with one wing torn off, is leaning on his sword, bleeding heavily. Lunas grabs him by the throat and lifts him up. Yield, brother. Yield. And then you'll snap back to the present.
God, people need to stop doing that to my brain. I'm not a cinema, whatever that is, or a theatre.
My apologies. He turns to you guys. You see the mirror cracking. I have looked on this memory so many times. If I had won that duel before Solace arrived, if I had killed Noctis, perhaps Solace and Dawn would live. Perhaps this land wouldn't be plagued. In chaos, my brother found hope, and in my brother, chaos found their champion. The reason why I believe he is the second king is because 1 week after his capture, something called an eclipse happened. The moon moved in front of the sun and the world was cast in a shadow, but not in a darkness of any other kind other than otherworldly. Like a giant cloak covered us, blocking out this all light. And from the darkness came demons, thousands and millions. The ground became screaming mouths, and the Eldar were snuffed out. All died in one night. My brother disappeared. Noctis disappeared. Marketh left, almost abandoned and in ruin. Only the ancient elves lived, and the dwarfs that I had created in secret in the mountains. An eclipse so powerful that Anonsol became a bloodbath for 1 hour of one night.
I have a question. Do you know how that eclipse happened and whether or not that could happen again?
This is what I believe is on its way to happening again. It began with the mark that you all bear. Solace too was marked with them after the battle, as was the Eldar. The catalyst, I believe, Noctis was promised a great power, and in it he was gifted the power of creation, something he always wanted. He created arguably a superior being. But chaos corrupted him, and it came to claim his sacrifice. And on that hour, because of the amount that was, all the blood that was spilled, he ascended to godhood, far beyond the power he originally had, far beyond my power, and far beyond all our power in this room, and became a king of chaos. There was a prophecy written by my granddaughter before I left on my pilgrimage. Sierra decided that there needed to be 4 kings of chaos for the veil to finally break, and for the first and last of the demon kings to enter this world once more. I know not who the 3rd king is, but I know that you bear the sacrifice of the 4th. Anarian wishes to become this 4th king, and it is up to you to defeat him. The eternal flame that you seek is the last will and testament of Solace. I hope in it gives you the power to burn away the darkness once and for all. I wish I could offer you more reward, but this will have to suffice. He brings forth this giant scabbard. This is Solace's blade, and my first creation. He passes it to Freya. It seems fitting that you should hold it for now. Freya, this sword basically goes up to your shoulders.
Okay. Like, what does it look like? Is it just really tall?
It's like, yeah, it's a giant, it's very ornate. So imagine like Aragorn's sword, but gold instead of the silver.
Okay.
And in it is this like ruby gem, and like almost like a lion's mane on the end of the scabbard.
Can I use it?
As you try to pull the blade out, it doesn't come out.
Oh, what is it in like a
scabbard?
Okay.
The blade on it saying that you need to be worthy.
No, the blade is broken. It is only the shattered remains and the handle, but In it you might find resolve. I have tried to reforge it 100 times, and 100 times the spirit will not allow me to. Maybe the eternal flame shall.
Okay.
Any questions?
Anarian kicked our ass once, and you want us to beat him. Any tips and tricks?
Yes.
That
Be
you-
good. No, I'm joking. Get good, son. I'm afraid I have never fought him. I would not know.
He like gave us all a synchronized nightmare, like how you just made us all watch a synchronized movie. How can we stop people getting into our noggins so easily?
He is descended from my bloodline, as I am guessing Solace is, so he possesses a great power. I would be very wary when fighting him and try to use your numbers against him. Gain any weapon advantages that you might. If he is not roaming this plane, then he has been sealed away, as I expected. My sister has searched for his whereabouts many a time, and has never found him.
Is there any other weapons that we could seek out to help us fight him?
They will seek you out.
Or will we just miss them?
Yes, sometimes.
Sometimes you will walk straight past.
So you know.
Although they...
Sorry, go ahead.
I said, although they find a way, and he looks at Angel's katana.
And I go, so, about this book that we haven't spoken about.
The Grimoire of Life or the Grimoire of Destruction?
Destruction, but I'd like to know a bit more about the Grimoire of Life.
Sierra's creations. They possess the power over life and death, first in the tampering of the mortal realm, and are highly powerful. Though the one you possess has become corrupted with hate and malice. The one that you are not searching for, he looks confused, is the Grimoire of Life. The ability to pull back souls from the other side.
Where's that?
The last time I saw it, it was in Lazarus, an ancient elvish Eldar town. There existed a lord there, a commander of the vanguard of the Eldar. On the night of the eclipse, she attempted to use both the Grimoire of Life and the Grimoire of Life and Death. Fuck, I forgot his name then. Grimoire of Creation and Destruction. To bring back her child. She was the only Eldar to have ever had a child. Unfortunately, she failed.
Yeah, didn't we kill her?
Yeah.
No, probably not.
Is that
We-
not
we
the...
In a water.
woman in the temple.
Yeah, we looked in a pool. Someone looked in a pool.
I did. I looked in a pool, and all that reflected back of me was a husk of a being that looked incredibly
Yes.
sad.
Yes, that is unfortunately my doing. That pool in Lazarus, and he looks at Voltrim, is the waters of the in-between. Purgatory. The grimoire allows that to be brought forward and is effectively a preserving chamber to souls and everything to do with souls. The Eldar Daijin died that night, but I bound her soul to a suit of my own armor, not too dissimilar from Voltrim's. And in that armor, she exists somewhere within this world, but her physical body is trapped between the veil and here.
And is it this Daijin who has the Grimoire of Creation?
I believe, yes. Daijin was her name. If she has the grimoire, I cannot say. For surely she would have used it to return to her mortal self.
Right.
Is there a way to help her if we come across?
Well, you have the grimoire of destruction. You must aid her in getting the other side of the coin, should you come across her.
Any hints where that may be? In Lazarus, perhaps?
He goes into his like his shelving unit and pulls out one scroll. I have
These
but
are
one
great.
page. And he hands Angel the one page of the Grimoire of Life.
Trusted. Can I read it?
Yeah, I mean, it's just Eldar speech, so you can't. It just looks like scribbles to you.
I'm gonna look like I know what it's saying.
I was just gonna ask about like the forthcoming battle. Is there any knowledge that he wants us to do? Because I mean, he's fucking old, so I'm assuming his battle knowledge is a lot better than ours.
Yes, I believe that we should split. We should split up and take all 3 portals at the same time.
Uh-huh. How many bad guys are there?
We'll find out soon enough. But you are aided by golems, dwarfs, and myself.
What about you? Yeah.
I will take the front force and the main threat.
How would you split us up?
That's up to you to decide.
Rock, paper, scissors?
That's no fun.
Wait.
Hang on, guys. We're good at making decisions. Let's
No.
peaceful.
Plus, well, I don't know.
But
Right, I have
The
a
aim
question.
is to get to the. Oh yeah, go, Lauren.
Oh, it's just. I feel like we have powers, but it feels like they're not growing. So, for example, my Swan Knight, I feel like it should be stronger than it is after how much I've used it. Is there a way for us to
Expand on our
know.
powers.
expand on our powers? Like,
Yes. Each one of you possesses an ultimate power, stronger than any other mortal or elf out there. In it, you'll find a way to unlock a second and far more powerful. But, child, he looks at you, Freya. Yours is something that you should fear. For it will only happen in the darkest of hours.
I used it once, and that was.
Used only but part of it. I would know
Once.
if you've used it.
But I've never been able to use it again.
Nor will you.
So you're saying that that's it?
If she
how it is.
said you'll be able to use it when basically we're all about to die. So you can save us all later on. So be happy about that. I'm happy about that.
That's a one-time use.
Yeah.
You will use variations of it, I don't doubt, but the final power that your kin possesses, you do not want to use if you can avoid using it.
Why?
It is not my place to say.
Go
Why?
on.
Ask your father or your mother.
My mother is dead.
My apologies. Ask your dad.
Why?
Your kin, Seastar, the House Seastar went down the line of prophecies and water magic. The Valhars, or Valars, whatever your name is, Valars, went down the line of fire. And in fire, there is an uncontrollable need to consume. The power of the Swan Knight came from your lineage, and thus the Order was created. Wait, there is something strange happening. I sense not only portals, something else is with us. He, raises his hammer in defense. Draw your
In this
swords.
room. I go into a
Something-
defensive stance around Mark.
I immediately go over Overwatch.
Protect him.
Can I draw my bow?
Marx is outside helping the others prepare for
Why is
war.
Mark's outside? He should be with
Because
us.
he said, go, dwarves, go.
Oh, where the hell's Mark's?
Oh, dearie me.
There is something traversing, but he looks up at the Waystone. This isn't possible.
Oh god, it's not who I think it is it?
This is
It's
impossible.
Charlie.
Who is it?
Charlie!
Don't let it be that bloody gnome.
Surely not. Surely something can't be here at this exact moment.
Oh no.
My brain
I
It's
don't
not a gnome, it's a goblin.
Surely at this exact time and moment, there can't be something else here right now.
It's just...
I mean,
I'm gonna look at Bleedy and see how's he reacting to this.
Please
Also, can I
outside.
Where is everybody?
can I ask him if he's got any valuables?
What?
Oh, I'm gonna go grab a drink.
Surely at this exact moment.
Who could it be, people? What's happening?
Also, can I ask the god quickly, because he is prophesized to his life or existence is to end tonight, is there anything he wishes for himself after death? Is there a memorial he wants placed somewhere? Or does he want something small or little, or does he want this to be it? Does he
I
want a
wish
story
you
to be
to find
told or a
every
poem
single
to be remembered?
catalyst, and destroy it. I want the race of dwarfs, man, elf, orc, halfling, goblin. I want every race to survive.
I mean, I was thinking more like a poem, but I will try that.
The sword on your back, girl, do you know what it is?
I mean, I think so? Question mark?
It was once called the Blood Letter. Wield it with great power and great responsibility.
Any history towards it, or is that it?
Kills a lot of people.
Great. Do you still want the poem, or a story, or a song, or are we just leaving it
Windblade,
at...
just Windblade.
What?
Windblade.
What's that?
Half elf.
That's the bright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The spirit in your sword. It's growing fond of you.
Aww.
The spirit in the short sword I gave you is still in its infancy. It will take time for you to unlock its potential.
Hey.
Don't do that weep shit. You there,
Cool,
Angel?
thank you.
Yes.
He puts his hand on your shoulder.
I put
You
my hand
are-
on his shoulder.
Your weapons connect to your fighting style. I know the loss you feel in your heart. The spirits in the blade talk to me. Use them wisely. This fight may consume us all yet. I cannot say what your futures are. So, be prepared and let us hope an ally assists us.
Well, thankfully, we've got Willow right here. A trusted Robin of mine.
Willow also left outside.
Oh my god. Can I do a perception check on who's in the room?
I'm gonna go for piss because Charlie's just taking forever.
Everyone go for a break.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for a break.
And my other good friend. Oh, everyone's gone.
It's alright, I'll still talk to you, Tom.
That's right, I better go.
Don't
now.
talk to Tom when he has a piss.
No,
Dirty
I'm not
bastard.
gonna pee.
No, Adam was just like, it's alright, Tom, I'll still talk to you. He's like, can you
Oh, yeah, that's a bit strange. It's a little bit strange, that.
That's disgusting.
That's fucking rank, mate.
Ooh, fucking hell, son.
What are you doing in my dwarven puppy?
Rough. Rough. Tough, tough, tough. Hey.
Hey!
Hi.
Oh, good old Reiner.
I mean, it had to. It was just too tempting.
So while it's just us two, I'm just gonna lean in and go. So what's going on with you and Miranda?
Who's Miranda?
Wow, who said that?
Who said that?
That's Adam.
Ultrim, I'm right here.
Oh, that's a Voltrum real height cam.
I fell over on the stairs and I had to choose between falling on my bottle of wine or falling on my bag of donuts.
Oh,
I
I'd go
chose
with
donuts.
wine, right?
donuts.
Oh.
Yeah, donuts. Come on.
Yeah, but wine wouldn't break necessarily.
Yeah, but if it did, it would be awful.
I guess.
Yeah, you get fucking. Wow.
Are you
That's
fighting
a good
this one down, or are you just gonna spectate?
Alright, I'm gonna get one more drink.
Does Bleaty fight?
I hope
Bleaty
so.
is the front line.
Dan needs to hurry up and make his own character. He might be able to actually get in.
He can't make a dwarf though. That's the problem. Or he can.
He can make a bard,
Well,
He could make a female dwarf.
or he can make a bard.
Who's a bard?
He can make a female dwarf who's a bard.
Bard is the word.
He can make whatever he wants.
I did think about making a dwarf, but the more I hear about the dwarf backstory, the more I'm like, oh, it's just such a bad time to be a dwarf, you know? There's so much
It's been
politics and
awful.
tragedy.
It's
And
been absolutely horrific.
Iron
Not
Maiden.
to mention, I watched Prime Minister's questions earlier, so I'm ready to cry at any moment.
I haven't seen anything from today's yet, but I've been watching a lot of highlights on YouTube, like just from the last week or so. Fucking hell. Baldur's a bad egg.
Like when Keir Starmer was giving his speech the other day, I've never heard the Commons that quiet.
Wait, what do you say?
Just ripped Boris a new one, frankly.
Yeah.
Preach that. Wait. You don't like Boris, do you?
Well,
Okay, fine. That's good.
Charlie's timing is always perfect, isn't it?
That was
Wizard
amazing.
is not
Absolutely.
early, nor is he late.
Was Charlie supposed to arrive when you said that line then, was he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he came online at that exact point,
Mm.
which is great because it popped up saying Scribbles alive.
There he is.
Tammy's here.
Who
Lo and
is it? Who
behold.
could it be? Oh god damn it.
It's this midget.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh thank goodness.
Get him off.
Did he not get the applause he thinks he deserved?
I had another nightmare.
What the fuck is going on here?
Oh,
And,
welcome
so-
back.
God,
This
this Waystone is fucking terrible. God.
There's this like magic, like massive pop, and this cauldron gets knocked over. Like a bunch of tomes go flying off, daggers fall off the walls, and a scribble appears covered in like swamp water, like goo and shit all over him. There's like a load of algae on his staff as he pops up from behind the settee.
Oh Jesus.
Fucking hell. Well, this is why you never accept drinking game with the dwarves, because they told me if I could blink from there to here and catch the beer that I'd just thrown myself, they'd give me 3 gold pieces. And what the fuck is going on here?
Did you lose that bet then?
Does it look like I'm with the 3 dwarves?
I mean, they might be outside.
I would love to think I have a throwing arm that could do kilometers, but unfortunately I do not. So no, I don't know where the fuck I am. What's happening? Can someone please fill me in? I'm maybe a little drunk, so we're gonna just roll with
Do a
it.
perception check. Is Timmy/Tommy with him?
He's not.
No.
Left him.
He's being very. Don't worry. He's having a grand old time. He'll probably be glad I left. I mean, he's growing up now. He doesn't like his dad to be around too much. So I think it's nice to give him some independence. But
Isn't he
good
taller
boy.
than you?
yeah. But I mean, dwarves can have normal children too, right?
Standing before you, Scribbles, is a 10-foot golden deity with like this like ornate golden beard and hair. Ah, Scribbles. I did not know you would be attending. This is interesting. Fate has way of moving around the champions of Ansia, it seems.
Oh, so do fucking Waystones, man. I mean, really, it's they move around.
The fact yours works, and he looks at yours, must mean that chaos is in fact here. And so we are now faced with stopping the portals in order for you lot to escape.
Hey,
Are you ready?
Scribbles, real quick. If you have any really important questions for this guy, he's great at answering them.
Well, time to go. Let's go, Ron. Like he opens the giant door as this massive storm blows in.
Oh,
Wow.
hot diggity damn.
Shit.
Oh shit.
Oh my god,
Oh,
it's a
there we
YouTube
are.
playlist.
Where is the playlist, by the way?
Chef got kicked down.
Watch the other in general.
In general chat.
So that's too
It's a bit,
loud. Oh, this is hard,
colourless,
hard
isn't
to
it?
use. Huh?
What you say?
bit colourless.
What the hell? You're gonna lose 5 HP.
Look who's here!
In presence.
Oh.
I was about to ask him before I went downstairs. I was like, "Has he got any advice on griffins?" Because in his story there was he described a type of griffin beast
A
thing.
demigriff, yeah.
Yeah. Any
They love-
advice?
They love pork.
Great.
The
Any
best thing
advice
that-
on training and bonding?
Oh, they absolutely love lamb.
Are we allowed to ask this
Great.
guy questions?
That's food.
Is this what's happening?
We did for like a long
We've
time.
done it for
Try and
about
get,
2
hours.
get one in.
Yeah.
Can I just get one in?
Sure.
Sir, demigod, I
Lunas.
swear my sheep has fists, and
Your sheep?
I'm very confused as to what's happened to him.
He is a rare species indeed. The first of his kind, then. A progenitor.
A what?
Now,
Wow.
let us begin.
And
Well,
wait,
a
can I
regenerate-
bond with
a
my
regenerator.
griffin? Am I allowed to talk to my griffin, or is this just a sort of
Yeah, you can communicate Hestia. Now, you must team up.
great?
Before us is the first gate. In it is... From it has come the forces of chaos, armoured and ready. Oh, look who it is.
God. I'm gonna turn to.
It's Harken, the doggo.
Fuck him.
Did we actually?
bastard.
Can I see him?
Then there's this... Yeah.
Oh, I'll let you finish with the
This is awesome, Alex. This is
Who
awesome.
is that?
No.
Yeah, this is an epic battlefield, dude.
Thanks, man.
Bro. So excited! I'm gonna bring
Stop
out my big
him.
sword.
Are we
Stop him.
gonna die?
Big sword,
By the way?
big sword,
This
big
guy
sword.
is so
We're gonna
cold.
die.
Look how cold this guy is.
Nipples are weapons.
No wonder he's a barbarian wearing fucking shin guards and a thong in the middle of a snowstorm.
yeah, but they're woolly. They are woolly.
Wow,
Oh,
man!
oh.
Thank God I've got this upper calf wool. That's really regulating my body temperature right now.
He got summoned from the latest performance of Fame in the Dwarven Camps.
And then through the trees.
Oh god.
God.
Shotgun the tree one.
I'm just getting motion sickness here. 1 second.
I was about to say, I'm like, ooh.
Alex, if this is supposed to be a really sick pan cam, I'm
I
getting
said
a
it.
headache.
I
Right.
thought, are there
Have we
3
just-
portals or 4?
3. Lunas is going down the middle with the dwarfs.
Harken is mine.
Where's Marks?
Marx is there.
Keep him with
So
Freya.
Voltram, you're going to go with the dwarfs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we rock, paper, scissors it? Because
Wind,
Leslie says right.
Wind is coming with you guys.
Oh, he has a name.
Come from?
What's the golem's names?
Well, it's the elements. So it's wind,
fire, lightning.
water, fire, and electricity.
Okay, I shouldn't go with the
Together they are.
You
water.
guys would make a great band.
Earth, wind, and fire.
Hey,
And water.
And electricity.
where am I on this field, Alex? Are we all by that
No, you
little
need
fold?
to assign a
Yeah.
side.
So
Okay.
you're here.
Where am I?
Can I choose a side or?
Yeah. You guys can now discuss amongst yourselves.
Where's
The
Eddie?
middle gate. Well, Eddie's just in your back. The middle gate is going to be taken down by Lunas the dwarfs, Voltrim, and the wind golem.
Where's Harken? What door's he?
Harken is the middle.
I'm gonna turn to Voltron quick and go, what did that guy do again? Didn't he have a distinct trait?
He punched my skull in a couple of times, and I think he shouts real mean.
He
Sounds like my dad.
Voltron's going to just turn to Angel and just say, "Don't fancy charging me up a little, do you? I want to see what this armor can do."
Glad.
Can I join Angel? I think he and I have had some time apart. We need to work together for once. Build our team strength.
Alright, well, here's a little display
Right,
of
on top
team
of the boys.
strength. I'm gonna get my chain and wrap it around Voltron's wrist, and I want to charge it.
Right. What is your wisdom?
Oh my lord. Okay, here we go. Can I find my stats? Okay, Beyond Warren. And we have the card here. My wisdom is 8.
This like you just hear. It's like electricity won't go off the first link on the chain.
It's just really cold.
Performance anxiety.
Well, battery life is worse in the cold, so.
Who's all right? Who's going left and right? Let's split these
Right.
teams up.
Yeah.
Should me, Scribbles, and Angel go right, left,
Yes.
with one golem, and the girls take
Oh,
two?
team boys.
It's all
Yeah,
right. Where
me and
we're
Mia will
going.
I'll take the other
where-
side.
I'm gonna
Wait,
make a suggestion. Wait,
Right.
I'm gonna make a
What
suggestion.
golem is what?
Well, this one is water.
Okay, I shouldn't go with water. Let's just say that.
So-
Yeah, water's going with Reiner, Angel, and Scribbles.
I mean,
Okay.
water makes a lot of sense with Angel.
Yeah,
That's
that's
some
what I was
Molotov
thinking.
there.
Some serious Pokemon synergy there.
Pika P, motherfucker.
Peek. Marks, Freya, Lulan, and
God.
fire and electricity are going on the right then.
Can Marks
Can leave
wait by
Marks
the
with the other
gate?
dwarves. Can Marks be with the other dwarves?
No, leave Marks
Oh,
at the gate. I'll go, Marks, make sure the door stays open.
Mark sees Freya like running through the snow with the golems, Lulan, and Hestia bounding
God.
through the snow. And Marks turns and he like puts on his pot helmet, and it's like it like sticks on it, like pushes his beard out in skewith, and it's like his ringlets are kind of caught as he whips out his mace and shield, and he's like, for love, as he like turns and starts like trudging through the snow after Freya and Lulan, who have already long-leggedly just disappeared into the white abode.
Hey, might summon Dawn.
Okay. Now we're going to do turn order.
Where's Willow?
Very good point. Give me 1 second. Willow will be going with you guys in the
That's
no, sorry,
easy.
Willow's going down the middle.
No, Willow's got to come
Willow
with
should
me.
go with the
That's an
girls.
order.
No, Willow should go with the girls.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, what they call
Wait,
that?
so
Well, she
Girls
can,
get it done.
she can do. If she wants to do a girls get it done, then fine. She can. Go.
Yeah, who's with me
Girls
and
get it
Lulan?
done.
Girls get it done.
Who's with us?
You got two
Girls get it
golems
done.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm getting it.
So you,
Who
me,
else?
and Willow,
Just
and
us
Hestia.
three.
and,
No,
and two goblins.
And two giant
goblins?
golems.
Okay. So you get 2 golems.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
believe in you, girls.
Oh, God.
Get it
You
done.
can do
Okay.
this.
Yeah, I think we should have Willow. I think that's fair.
Fine.
Yeah.
So
You're very
tiny.
small.
I mean, she is quite small,
Yeah,
isn't
she is pretty small.
I hate how this.
I swear
fits
she's
me.
like 15.
No, she's 18.
She's 18.
Oh.
That's why we let her drink.
Yeah,
so
she got
much.
drunk. like 15-year-old getting like smashed.
So I stopped being
Concerning.
smashed when I was much younger.
Like, she had such a good moment when she
We're
put on the Scargirl
screaming.
armor.
Oh yeah, I hate that this fits me.
I hate that this fits me.
You better protect
Oh,
her.
I did love the drawing when we all realised how tall she was. Just
Absolutely.
like,
That's Lulan.
Lulan's 6'4", 6'5".
6'6".
fuck.
God, she gets taller every time.
I wanted her to
But-
be 6'6.6".
She grows an
Then I
inch
thought that
every
was a bit
campaign.
Every time she's asked how tall she is, she grows an inch.
Okay, so turn orders are going to be done slightly differently. So turn orders are per team
Oh.
now,
Oh.
and in the team you can decide openly what order you want to go within that team.
Okay.
So
Can we
team
do
one.
that? Reach start, reach round, yeah.
So team one, yeah. Team one is Lulan, Freya, Willow, Hestia, Marks, fire and lightning, and they're gonna roll a 4. Team 2 is Lunus, Wind, Thurin, Sarin, Banger, Vane, Durin, Dane, and Voltrim.
I can't keep up writing this.
That's a pretty fucking strong team.
And they are 6.
Oh, fucking God and Voltrim.
Team 3 is Water, Reiner, Scribbles, and Angel, and you are 13.
Fuck yeah, Team 3!
Gate 1,
What Team 2 rolled?
14. I should be writing this down. I'm assuming one of you is writing it down.
No.
What
None of
did
you write
Team
it down.
2
was,
roll?
but
Okay,
What
hold
did Team
on.
2 roll?
Well, I don't know, because I thought you guys were writing it down.
First team,
Team one
rolled
rolled
4,
four.
yeah, and then we rolled 13.
Team 3 rolled 13.
Team
Yeah,
2,
so
there were too
4.
many names, I didn't hear the number.
Yeah.
Alright, Team 2 will reroll. You get 10.
Okay.
Then Gate Defenders 1.
And they rolled 3, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gate 2 and Gate 3. So Gate 2 rolls 7. And Gate 3 rolls 8. So it goes Team 1. Gate 1. Well, that seems oddly fitting. Gate 2. Gate 3. Team 3. And Team 2.
Can you say that again, sorry.
Yeah, man,
So-
it sucks to be Team
it's
2.
Team 1,
Gate
One.
1. Gate,
Gate
2.
2, Gate,
Gate
3.
Team
Team-
3.
Yeah, Team 2.
Gate Team 2.
Alex, just for flow's sake, should we put the two sides after each other?
What do you mean?
So should we put Gate 2 and Team 2? one
That
after
would make
another?
sense, because, like,
Sure,
It'll
fine,
make
fine.
it flow a little bit better. Flows.
Fine, yeah, fine. So it goes T1, G1,
Team 3,
T2,
G3.
G2, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Oh,
just make it
okay.
nice and easy.
Okay. So 1, 2, 1, 1,
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
2, 2, 1.
1, 1,
Yeah.
2, 2, 3, 3.
Right, so
Alright,
Team
cool.
1, you get to go first. The golems kind of like look at you guys and like turn towards you.
I love their design. Just
Do they do that?
Yeah, they are some
I
pretty
was
nice
gonna.
golems.
Can they charge up their
Rocks,
powers?
darling.
Could they do long distance?
So Fire like nods and his jaw unhinges, and like you see this like massive welling of flames. He's like inhaling fire through the air, and he prepares on Overwatch.
All right, and the other one's lightning, right?
Yep.
Ooh. I want to. Can I climb onto its back and can we charge forward? That's what I want to do.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna wait for the other ones to do.
Are you gonna inform Freya of your plans, or just charge in?
I'm just gonna say to Farrah, like, I kind of want to bulldoze, and when he goes off to electrocute, I'm gonna jump back and let him electrocute, and then go on the offense afterwards.
Okay.
So he's gonna do a lightning dash. You
Does
see
he
him like
have to?
you see him charge up, and it's like his rocks tuck in, so he's just becomes like one almost like snow plow, and just explodes forwards.
Oh my fucking god!
Does he knock any of them?
The like this half guard runs forwards with his axe and just explodes into a red mist, like nothing else exists. These warriors are going to take some damage. I need to spawn a dice. This is what I did not plan for.
Charlie, just while we have this brief moment, so you know, the guy on the other team, Harken, he's the one who led the Chaos guys who slaughtered your gnome city and put you in a cage, and then we freed you from him. And then Voltrum charged into him and they fell into a portal, and we thought they were both dead.
Yeah, Harken murdered all the halflings.
Oh, that one.
So just
So
so
wait, he murdered all the halflings. This isn't when I was a child. This is
no,
recently.
this is
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is recently.
recent-ish.
This is
The most-
Skyhold.
the most-
Within the last year.
Wait, this has happened before, Charlie?
Oh, oh boy.
Just reminded.
Yeah, he murdered.
I
the
do not
halfling
like
city.
him very much.
So these like shield wall soldiers like try and knock this rock, and just There's like blood sprays all over them, killing 3 of them instantly as you fall off of its back. You got 2 more action points.
I want to use my life cleaver. I'm considering do I have to use it in both hands from the beginning, or?
No, the beginning is just a little short sword, basically.
Okay, so in the beginning, I want to use life cleaver in one hand until I need to use it until 2, and in the meantime, use my special dagger to just slice the other one, whatever.
Alright, so you're effectively rushing 4
Leading
people
move.
here.
Yeah.
What's
You
your
can take
strength and what's your dex?
My strength is 7 and my dex is 11.
So as you rush forwards, like they're kind of reeling from this explosion, you see Lulun like unsheath her claymore off her back. Currently, it's just a handle and a little short sword, and she brings out her curved dagger, ducking under one guy as he swings. She jams her curved blade through his ribs and just rips up, and blood sprays out from his heart from the side of his chest, killing him instantly.
Cool.
She then spins and just cleaves the head off of this other guy, and you see the blood forming up into the sword. You now have to use the sword two-handed.
Ooh.
You got one more action?
I just want to use the cleaver on the last, the other enemies. I just want to spin in a whirlwind of just using its sort of heavier momentum to just swing around.
What's your strength again, sorry?
7.
One manages to block it with his shield. The other one gets badly wounded and falls back. You gain another bit of blood towards the sword, but he survives. Freya.
Okay, so
She's just dashed off. Hestia looks at you a little bit confused. Willow's trudging through the snow to try and catch up. And Marks is standing beside you.
oh, poor Willow.
She's through the snow, Jesus.
Can I also jump on the golem?
Well, this golem's just charging a giant fireball.
Oh,
Super fireball.
can he stop for a second so I can jump on him?
He turns his head as you climb over him.
Can I grab? As I'm about to do it, can I grab Willow so she's also on it?
He starts trudging forward through the snow quite easily.
Whoa.
Yeah, Willow, you don't even have to grab Willow. Willow jumps on.
Okay,
and,
good. Yeah, they're quicker.
She pulls out 4 throwing knives as you charge forwards. Marks is Marks and Hestia start trudging through the snow as best they can.
Wrong way!
As your guy starts dashing towards, because he doesn't have a lightning dash, so he is just going to use brute force as he clashes into this line. He slams into the line and just cunt punts one of the chaos. And it's so hard. The chaos guy. This is his torso. Just snaps backwards like that. Just his spine breaks, spraying his intestines behind his neck.
Jeez.
As he falls backwards.
That is some hot fire.
Yeah, it's 5. Okay, Freya, you got 2 actions.
Okay, can I combine my fire energy with his fire energy to make a bigger... Well...
You guys going Super Saiyan.
Yeah, huge fire.
Does your beer taste funny, by the way?
Let me just taste it.
It tastes weird.
Why the fuck are you drinking beer out of a wine glass?
It was the gin
She's
glass,
fancy.
actually.
She's fancy AF, man.
Because Alex has broke all our other glasses, so it's a coffee mug or that.
We have a pint glass.
Or a mason jar.
The answer is
yeah.
yes, you can. So as you put your ringed hand against its back, all this blue fire gets sucked up into its mouth. Its mouth unhinges, and just these wild, almost chain gun firing tiny little fireballs start going out wildly. You struggle
Yeah,
to
I
control.
combine my power with his, and tiny little fireballs come out. I was expecting some
hundreds.
huge explosion.
Hundreds, and you feel like you feel like you can almost feel them moving through the air for once. Like they all, similar to how Neose did it to you, where he missed you and then pulled the fireballs back towards you. You watch these like 6 or 7 fireballs go off into the air, and you feel like you have strings attached to your hand to them.
Ooh. Okay.
What do you want to do with them?
Well, so can I pull them back to me?
Yeah, you can almost guide them around corners this time.
Okay. How far can I? So wait, which ones are they attacking?
Well, they're just firing wildly. You've got to control them.
Can I do it towards? Can you zoom in a bit? Right. So which guys? Are they bad guys?
Yes, everyone that isn't you is a bad guy.
Well, okay, yeah. So then can
And
I
the
shoot
giant
them?
rock golem.
Who's by the gate?
So by the gate is the gate guard and the 2 sorcerers you need to kill.
All right. Can I aim some of the sorcerers?
Okay, so sorcerer's kind of hard. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shots this time.
Okay.
You can guide them.
Can I guide one each to the sorcerers?
Yeah, it's a hard shot. And then you're gonna just shoot the rest at the others, yeah?
Yeah, shoot the rest of the ones near me.
So the 4 rip out and instantly kill. Oh my god, what? Instantly kill 2 more Chaos Warriors. They're like fighting this rock golem, and one just gets this burning hole in his chest. The other one just inhales deeply as this fireball ascends into his lungs. The 2 that you shot, you kind of hold your hand out like Luke Skywalker with the Force, and like these 2 fireballs curve towards, like little tiny meteors. They come towards the sorcerers. One misses and just like plops in the snow. The other one starts burning the sorcerer's cloak, and no more enemies can be summoned for their turn.
Nice.
Very nice.
He's distracted. You got 1 more action?
Okay, and then so how many of those people in front of
3.
me are there?
The dice are
3.
how many left? Yeah.
Can I do like a using him, not me, but like channeling. Thank you. My energy through him.
No, he's out of action points right now.
Oh, okay. From
Look how
his
cute
shoulder,
he is.
can I do 1 massive fireball down at them?
Yep.
This is the bit that we use later in the opening trailer, where you jump. And then when it happens in game, everyone's like, oh my god, that's the bit.
Yeah, you fire your fireball. What's your wisdom again?
My wisdom is, let me just get my sheet up. My wisdom is 7.
Your fireball ignites, killing the last 3.
Hey, big turns, people.
They explode into fire, and they're like burying themselves in the snow, screaming in agony as their flesh melts from their bones. Now it's their turn.
Nice.
They melt. They roll to melt.
The half guard are going to charge this rocky dude with these guys.
Electricity is his name, I believe. Couldn't he give them more creative names? Like Steve.
No, because I'd be there for years trying to remember any of them. So the sorcerer, the sorcerer on the left tries to summon more, but notices the right sorcerer is burning, and he puts out his cloak, distracted. Okay, so we've got 2 basic bitches rolling to attack Lulan. One hits. Lulan, your armor is armor level 4, I believe, right now.
Yeah.
Where's the armor dice? You take 1 wound.
Don't we all have a certain type of armor because we had to go on the Winter Crest?
Yeah, all but Voltrum have 4.
Okay.
Also, we had a +1 because Reiner cooked a good meal.
Okay.
Rhino.
So,
Remember?
Oh yes,
Lulan,
you're right.
Yeah.
Lulan, as you're falling backwards, one of them lashes out and leaves a giant scar across your face. and like blood starts pooling into your lips. As you're falling backwards, you turn around and you just see this like giant chaos warrior with this two-handed axe just rush you, and he swings this massive axe at you.
Can I drop to the floor in the splits?
No, but you do have I think a dodge.
I do.
You fail to dodge.
Great.
Wait, that's not the armor dice.
I don't even know where my dice are.
Or is it? Wait. Is that the armor dice? God, how long has it been since we played this?
Last time we did combat
A
was
month.
It must.
It was just before New Year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's the armor dice.
We haven't
Let's
done
try
any
armor
combat.
4 again. So this two-handed axe just takes you straight in the gut, and you take another wound. This soldier's like pushing you. He's like ramming this axe into you as your like blood is pooling around it and dripping into the snow. He releases to the blade and like steps backwards as this swords and axeman like rushes you. He swings his first sword, misses you, and then brings down his hammer, and you manage to like dodge out of the way as the hammer shatters the snow beneath your feet, spraying your red snow everywhere. Over here we got the 5 soldiers and then the 5 elites. Charlie, do you mind muting yourself as you type the storm?
Yeah, absolutely. My bad.
The rock golem's going to take 2 wounds.
No.
Not backgrounds. No. What's his element? Electricity. But now it's the elites. These heavy warriors trudge through the snow with their cloaks billowing behind them, bringing down hammer and sword. Like you see, like sparks flying from them. They deal another 2 wounds. Over here, this golem is attempting to stop them from getting to Freya and Willow. I actually forgot to do Willow's turn. That's my B.
She ran.
Oh, she ran and then
No.
she was picked up.
She jumped onto the back.
Yeah. I'll do her turn in a second. He takes 3 wounds. Willow jumps off of him, and like as he's taking his wounds, she throws her four daggers. One of these chaos guards, these elites, is like recoiling back, almost laughing and like mockery at slaying wounding this giant golem, as 2 daggers just go into his eyes and he falls forwards into the snow.
And then the silence of the snow.
Team 2. Oh, sorry, these guys are rushing. Team 2, are you ready?
Yeah, I mean technically the gate rolled first. So if you want the gate to go first.
Charlie.
No, we'll do Team 2 first.
We'll do... Okay. Seeing as I'm the only player,
Yeah.
I won't jump onto a golem because I'm scared of heights. So we'll stay on the ground where dwarfs are strong. I guess we'll just close the distance and try and make like a nice classic movie V as we're running towards them.
Yeah, nice. Solus is kind of like walking as you guys are sprinting. Fane's yelling out commands, and he's Voltron. What do you want? What shall we do here?
I'll take point. You follow in.
Very well, Banger. To range, and Banger's like, yes, sir. As he like runs to the far left, and like you see him load this giant rifle, getting ready. What the hell's Charlie doing? That's scary as fuck.
Sorry, he just tells me something very mean.
As the others form up around you. Because you're dwarfs and it's snowing, you won't get far.
Okay. Can I throw the Elding Axe that I've hopefully try and ignite? And I want to aim for the guy behind the first rank of troops. I just want to hit that guy,
nice.
and if the guys in the front get hit, they get hit.
So you put this axe into one hand, and as you throw it, it crackles into life, like melting the snow in front of you. As it spins, it goes. This lightning storm surrounding it as it flies forwards with like this pure aggression. The two guys in front of you with their shield wall, it just goes straight through their shield, severing one arm, and the other one it catches in the chest, impaling him and like just gutting him in half as two fall to the ground in front of you. The Chaos Axe warrior in front like goes to block it, and he just swings and a miss as it just takes off both of his hands, and it kind of just keeps going until it hits the snow into the ground. You got one more action?
Bring the axe back to me and stay in formation.
So, as the guy's standing up screaming about not having two hands, the axe just spins back, cutting through him. Just splitting through his chest as you catch it, like blood spraying everywhere behind you into Durin's face, and he's like, "Oh my god!" Banger loads, and you hear this like a massive like gunshot. You hear this. There's this black cloud. This black cloud. One of the guards in front of you just drops dead immediately. His head just slowly filled with lead. Lunas just easily catches up to you guys. He swings his hammer and just like in a downward stroke, this tidal wave of fire just spreads out slowly and rapidly, engulfing and killing the final three on the first row. Wind appears beside you and like looks at Lunas, and Lunas like summons a load of air and pushes it into the wind golem, and the wind golem slams his palms into the ground, summoning this massive wind wall in front of you, like the biggest wind wall you've ever seen.
Kind of go like envious.
It's not about size right now.
The other dwarfs are still just running, and then we come over here. Harken like smirks. Summon more. There's two more warrior squads.
Yeah, no.
Voltrum! Undeniably, that is you. I'm here to claim the pieces of armor back you stole.
It's really windy, I can't hear you.
You're doing this, Shazam.
I've killed you twice, I'll kill you a third time, dwarf. This time you'll stay dead.
You want to get into my bed? Joke's on him, I did hear him. But I'll kill him this time.
And now they're going to charge forwards. So they're just going to stop shy of you guys.
Does one of them have half movement speed because he's shivering?
That's the guy on the rock. He's like, I want to be in the front lines.
But I'm so cold.
Oh no, they've just been summoned.
Go on, boys, you could do it.
Warm me up, Scotty.
Really wish that dice moved with them. It's mildly irritating. Alright. Team 3. Are you ready?
On Team Dynamite, you can do it.
Alright, who wants to do what this turn?
Well, okay, let's see how far away we are from them.
Okay, I'm
Jesus, we're
gonna...
fucking far.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna say, boys, everyone, stand next to me. Just do it.
Oh god.
Oh god.
No
Yes.
questions need to be asked. And as I stand
For the
there,
love of God, you're going to try and waystone us over, because we all got to be thinking of the same place, and if you do it well, we're not.
as I stand there, Bleaty is gonna walk. Is Bleaty here? Can I have Bleaty, Alex?
No, not Bleaty.
I thought
no
BT was
Bleaty.
his sheep, though.
Where is Bleaty?
Well, I don't need I don't need the Bleaty model for anything.
But his
Why have
Bleaty
you got
Bleaty.
sperm there?
Can I have
Sounds
Bleaty?
Fine.
It doesn't need to have a model.
He's making
So
yellow smoke.
I stand with my legs slightly apart, and Bleaty walks underneath me and tops me on her back.
His back. Why does everyone keep calling Bleedy
Their
a woman?
back. And then all of a sudden,
I
as you
prefer
see
she.
Bleaty underneath me, the ground starts to tremble, and Buddy just slowly rises up, and we're all on his back. Except I'm on Bleaty's back, who's on Buddy's back, and you just see the sheep on all fours with a hobbit on top as this giant monster of the undead slowly gets up on all fours.
Where is it?
You know you've also got a golem, right?
It's been so long since we've had Scribbles, I can't remember where Buddy is.
Is
Buddy
it
is,
not too early for Buddy? I don't know.
You don't know what I can do with Buddy now.
That's true.
Yeah, he's not passed out after using him, which
That's
is
true.
pretty cool.
You do
That will do. That's
Oh,
close enough.
that's cool.
That's pretty bad.
That's close enough.
Buddy's had an upgrade.
Buddy's now Cerber Buddy.
Alright,
And
so
I'm
you're on
gonna say, Buddy, forward.
It just starts like rushing forwards, like charging through the snow. And he's going to bring you about this far this turn.
And then I'm gonna say shit. I realise I didn't ask the golem to do anything.
Well, he
the
knows what
Golem's-
he's doing. He's gonna come out.
Golem's just trudging.
Don't leave me behind.
I just love the way that I made a little chat so we could all come up with a plan. Tom's just like, yeah, we'll all stay behind the golem. Let the golem tank everything. Charlie's like, no.
I made it very clear that I am not sober. Fuck your strategy.
We'll stop talking in that chat. I don't have faith for it.
That's pointless.
Well, hang on a tick. You see, there's that tree there, Reiner. Do you think you'd be able to climb that and get a shot at the priest, the one to the right? Well, you have a natural perception skill. Why don't you perceive whether there's a good tree to get a high angle? Get up in the tree, man!
There is an action. Can I just climb the nearest highest tree?
Well, hold on, it's still Scribble's turn, so he's done one action.
sorry.
You got two left.
So,
Alright. So I'm going to... Can we zoom into the top of their... So like top-down view of them?
Charlie,
Alright.
remember we got wind wall as well, so if you want to do any decent projectiles, let me know before.
Guys, you see that massive tree just to the right of their forces now, kind of between the triangle?
no,
I'm going to
yeah,
try and... No, the one that's kind of literally in the middle, in the dip between the three squads.
That one.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
It's a static object, so I'm going to cast Decay on its trunk. But I'm going to do it slightly weakened, so it doesn't fall down straight away.
okay.
And then my third action is to say, "Come here, you pussies!" as loud as I can to the soldiers.
Alright, so first of all, Decay. So this Decay bolt fires out. Charlie, do you still have your stats up for what Decay does, yeah?
Do, yes.
You got 3.
Okay, perfect. 3 is like... 3 wouldn't blow the trunk up or make it rot, but it would significantly weaken it.
Alright, and then your
But it's
charisma.
like, it's like all it needs is a little breeze and it's going over.
What's your charisma?
I think 4, 1 second.
Right, surely it's intimidation, isn't it?
No, it's taunting. It's charisma.
Yeah, it's Thompson's charisma.
Where are my stats? Charisma is 5. That's not too bad.
So as you go to talk, Buddy's tail like slaps you in the face, and like so you kind of stumble over, you trip on your own cloak and fall in the snow.
Good boy, buddy. I can't stay mad at you.
Angel or Reiner, it's your turn.
I'll let Rhino go first.
Okay. Can I climb the nearest high tree that will give me a decent view?
What's your dex?
Like...
Fuck it, you're a wood elf. I'll allow you to climb trees. You climb the tree.
Was that one action, so I still got 2.
Yep.
Can I see any of the sorcerers from here?
No. Trees block your path.
Shit.
Really?
Can I not go on that big one?
Yeah, I thought it was going on the big one.
Yeah,
That's
big
a
one.
tiny
Alright.
one.
Well, that's
You
going to
could
be
have
2
scored
actions.
this bloody one.
That's 2 actions then. One's
Right, okay.
climbing, one running to that tree. Yeah, now you can see one sorcerer, kind of.
Sending Eddie up doesn't count as an action point, does it?
Yeah, it does.
What? Right, okay, well, I'll siege bro the one that I can see.
What's your dex?
You did just ask me this 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, I've instantly forgot.
Inventory. 13.
Damn. I'm gonna level up my
Wow.
dex. I thought I had
Did
good
we level
stat.
up again? Did we level up last session?
Not off the God's Valley, no.
No.
So as you draw back the longbow, you fire this massive arrow, and it just strikes the sorcerer straight in the chest, and he goes flying. They can no longer summon
Very
reinforcements.
nice.
Angel,
Awesome.
Boom.
Gadoosh. Skadoosh.
God.
Angel.
Well, I mean, now that's... I look up, I see Rhino looks happy. It doesn't really look like it's necessary for me to run in there or do anything insane.
Well, there's still one sorcerer.
But he can't summon without the other one, right?
No, but he's still holding the portal open.
What can I see from my point of view?
The many squads of soldiers.
Okay, I'm just gonna find out what the name of it is. Oh, that's it. I'm just gonna do the Birds of Storm.
Nice.
Create some lightning birds. Send them just hurtling, flying through the sky and crash into the incoming waves that are heading towards her.
So you've got one projectile move. I told you. You have a projectile move.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
So Angel summons these 3 lightning birds and fires them out, and they kind of like circle around each other as these 8 men come running towards Angel. The lightning just goes straight through their armaments and their armor and just kill 3 in a heartbeat.
No, they should do 2 damage each, apparently.
Yeah, 3 soldiers drop dead.
Great. Sorry, Ryan. I swear I was listening to you. I was just caught up in the moment.
Two more actions, Angel.
Are we able to hold turns in this, or are we not doing that for the sake of just making this easy?
You can. Yeah, you can do if you want.
You can save it for a reaction.
I'm going to hide behind a tree and wait for them to get closer. And then I would like to activate. What'd you say?
Alright, so you're going to counter stance, yeah?
Yeah, I'm just going to let them come a bit closer.
Alright, cool. Their turn. After watching 3 of their men die, these guys are just going to charge you. These guys are going to bat them up. These guys are going to charge Buddy. Buddy immediately gets in the way from them getting to Scribbles. They are chopping down Reiner's tree.
I love the strategy.
These axes, this
Wait,
Reiner's
did
tree.
they not have to do a
wobbles.
perception check to see if they know he's in the tree?
I mean, they can
That's a
see
very
him.
good
He's
point.
fired a giant fucking arrow from the top of it.
Fair enough.
But, I mean, we're
Okay.
already
Well,
supposed
actually, upon them hitting me, can I activate my counter?
Yeah, they haven't hit you yet, though.
Okay. We'll just wait.
to. Boy, you're gonna know when they hit you.
Okay, so only 3 of them remain. 2 hit you, so now your counter goes off. So
Get him with my katana.
Angel's not wielding his katana at this point. He's got his newly reforged rapier, and so as he's in like a on guard stance.
I have a newly reformed rapier. When did I get that?
Yeah. It's just for your counter stance, really. And so when a swordsman comes rushing forwards, he brings down his long sword. Angel just pirouettes and just jabs him straight through the jugular, pulling out this tiny blade. The guy just drops dead in front of him. The other 2 miss Angel completely and are now getting ready to attack him again.
For the sake of canon, can I just say I picked one up at the at his house, Lunas's
Yeah,
place,
sure.
while no one was looking. Yay! I have a rapier back. Woo! Happy days.
These 8 guardsmen, are going to attempt to attack Buddy.
Can I do my last action before they do that? Now that they're
Oh,
close?
okay, sure.
How many's in front of me?
2.
Can I sort of go jump to the left, and I want to lightning punch through both of them?
Oh, okay. We're going to put a crit roll on this because it's a bit of a tricky wiki shot. What's your dex?
My dex is 8.
What?
Oh my god. Okay, so as they kind of swing and a miss, you stand behind, you sheath your blade, and your hidden blade pops out where your finger used to be. And lightning charges around it, and their sword and shield, they're turning around almost in slow motion as you start running through the snow, jump through, and just go and impale them both chest to chest. Your blade and hands coming out the second guy's back, so you can almost feel their heart beating on your wrist.
And I go, I always wanted a heart to heart.
Somewhere in the world,
Emotional damage.
Like Nick has hit the floor in some tavern in Anonsol.
Oh, that's sure it's
I love
the
that.
pregnant princess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
She gives birth in that moment.
she gave birth ages ago.
Again.
All right, so these 6 guys are swinging for Buddy. So like 3 of them just dig their axes and swords into Buddy, but Buddy's gonna.
Wait. You know the tree that I got ready to fall on them as they charged? Surely that would have triggered.
But you did say that it wasn't decayed enough to do anything.
No, I literally said it was decayed exactly the right amount enough that it wouldn't fall down that second.
We're gonna say it falls on these guys as they're running towards Buddy. Then
I thought that was a pretty cool trap to lay.
That's fair.
So, God, hopefully this doesn't delete the whole map. Oh, it almost did. There we go. As this tree falls on them, 4 of them just get instantly crushed beneath its snowy branches, leaving 4 left.
I love it.
They charge Buddy, unknowing that 4 of their own just got crushed to death. Buddy is going to take 2 wounds, but he's undead anyways. He's only got 2 turns left. But Buddy gets the counter attack and he bites one of them in half.
Fuck yeah, Team 3 just doing bits over here.
Yeah, Team 2's going to lead you.
Reiner's tree
Oh.
falls.
No! How quick do those people
Can
chop?
I? Reaction.
These men have
Or
chainsaws.
jump to another tree when it's falling.
You're going to lose 1 AP from next turn. And it's going to be a very risky jump because it's very far.
Personally, I absolutely.
Well, no, because I'm on the tip of the tallest tree, so it should be a hard but doable.
Alex,
sure.
Height as the
Alex,
3-story building.
Yeah.
This is the man who could win against a lion with a knife in the element of surprise. I think he can jump from a falling tree to another tree.
Reiner jumps and like his cloak billowing in the wind behind him, his siege bow in one hand, he jumps to this other tree.
His defeated lion in the other.
It just slowly falls. Like grabbing a branch, it's just down one after all these pine cones like going up, like flying past him. He slams his crotch directly onto one branch.
That's not good.
And like goes "Ooh!" as he like slowly turns and falls a couple more branches, but he's now in another tree.
That's what you get for trying to jump into the ugly tree.
He made it.
You
You stole
one
my
wound.
joke, Dan. I was waiting to do
Gonna
it.
fall and hit every branch on the way down.
Reiner takes 1 wound.
That's not too bad.
And remember,
It's gonna be a
that
lot
was
worse.
that's Fat Bob's 1 extra HP rider
Yeah.
that you're getting rid of, not
Yeah.
your real one.
Because on the
Alright,
camera,
team
that's
1.
like more than 1 wound.
Wee.
We've got Luna locked in combat, Electricity locked in combat, Fire, Freya, Willow out of combat, and Marx and Hestia are finally caught. Marx is like really red in the face, like his big chubby almost Santa Claus cheeks appears and he's like, Freya, I'm here! Having like an asthmatic attack as he appears. Hestia like just casually jogging beside him. So out of team
Great.
1, who wants to go first?
Do you want to go first, Freya, this time, or?
No, you go first. I think we're doing good. So yeah, you go
Okay.
first.
So it's the electricity golem. His moves wise, is he able to just sort of do a massive sort of electrical sweep of his arms?
No, but he can bring a thunderbolt down on himself.
Yeah, let's do that for him.
So he opens his mouth to the
For them.
sky and just like inhales this lightning bolt, and it splits across the floor. Oh wow, okay. Instantly killing the 5 of these guys and pushing the half guard back, wounding 1.
Lovely.
He's got 1 more AP.
Can he then himself do can he do like a bolt lightning outwards, or is that his only?
He's kind of charged right now, so he can do basic attacks.
Can he do a massive like sweep of his arms then?
Yeah. So he's gonna use his strength.
Or no, actually, like from backwards like that and like down.
You're. Oh wait, I needed to touch Discord. Sorry.
Hulk smash.
Yeah. So he brings down a Hulk smash. One of them doesn't move in time and dies.
Great.
Lulan, you are somewhat surrounded by two champions and a squad.
With my life cleaver, I want to mainly attack the two guys behind me.
The two champions.
Yeah, so I want to do just like, I'm not quite used to using my strength yet, so I'm just sort of hacking them very, very brutally, other than
what is your
finesse
strength?
I usually use. 7.
So this blade has now formed quite a large amount of steel to it, and as you bring it down over your head, it like crushes the leg of the axe wielder, and blood starts seeping through his armor. But he takes one wound. You gain almost notice immediately this blade just starts like drinking the blood up and forming out of more steel out of the iron in his blood.
All right, so it's now 4th stage.
Yep.
And then the other guy?
So it just got caught in the first guy's armor. So you got 2 more action points.
I'm gonna go for the other guy who I injured, prone on the floor. I just want to whack it down, trying to cleave him in 2.
What the axe man with you hit him in the leg, yeah?
Yeah, that one.
So he like stumbles back, and you like raise this giant meat cleaver above your head, and just bring it down. The force of the weight just splits his armor like a tin can, and just you hear this. You don't hear this like slice. It's more this bone crushing grunt as his ribs shatter. His lung just pops, and the blade tip digs deep down, shattering his jaw, killing him.
Lovely. Is that on
And you
stage
gain-
5 now?
Yep.
Great.
This blade is now massive, and it almost takes an AP to just move it.
Well, the last thing was to attack the other guy. Just swing around. With
So
the
as you
momentum.
swing, this blade is like moving the snow, like the snow billows around it. This guy like is reeling as he's trying to dodge your blows as you hit his mate. What's your strength? Sorry.
7.
Oh my god. Okay, he dodges it. He like ducks, and the blade just smashes through the horns on his helmet, ripping past his cloak as you kind of keep going with it. And the other 2 guards just dodge backwards from the squad. Freya.
Yay. So, who have I got in front of me?
You've got these like elite guard.
How many?
There is 5.
Okay, is his fireball all charged up again? Can I use fire?
He can use fire.
Okay, can we... Instead of like a fireball, can like we charge all the fire up in his fist and then kind of just brutally force down, but with like fire?
Yeah.
Down like that at them.
Yep. He brings down this like almost explosive slam, which knocks them back, and it kills one of them.
One?
Crumpled. Crumpled to nothing but a smouldering ruin. These guards stumble back. He's got 1 more action. You've got 3.
God, okay. Can Freya then do a fireball then?
You did a fireball last turn.
Oh no, can I do my little fireball? What are they called?
You kind of did that via him last turn. He gave you 1
Oh, fine.
Okay, Freya.
Okay, can I jump down then and run towards them, and then using my new speed, my new
Bladed
knuckle
dusters, yeah.
Yeah, can I use them on one of them?
As you're running, you hear that you like channel your fire into them, and they almost hum as they come alive with blue flames. And you jump and just smash through the skull of one of them, and his brain explodes out, the blade tugging down through his neck, just severing his artery as he stumbles backwards, and like the other 3 kind of jump upon you to try and fight you. You got one more action.
Okay, how many is left? Is there
3? So these 3 guards are like they've just witnessed you punch the head off of one of them, and so they're rushing you.
okay? Can Freya jump behind them, and then can he punch them? Or no, maybe can he do like a sweep, like a fire sweep?
He can just use a basic attack at this point because he just
Okay, can you just
It's
like do
fine.
a mass?
Yeah, so he's
Okay, can
rushing
he
in
just-
to help you. He swings his giant, meaty, rocky hand, and just palm slaps one of them into the tree, and they just spray out their intestines through their mouth. There's 2 left in front of you. You got 1 more action. He's got none.
Okay, how far can I not use my? I can't use my fireball, can I?
No, your mini fireballs are on cooldown.
Okay, let me just look at my.
There's a character sheet for Freya if you want to use
Yeah,
that.
I know, Alex. I created it. That's what I'm looking at right now.
Calm down, people. Calm down. Harken's our enemy today.
Okay, can I just use fire kick on one of them then?
Yeah, so as you duck and this giant rock hand just open palm slaps one of them into a tree, and as you duck, you like slide forwards through the snow, melting it, and fire kick one of them. He takes a massive wound and is thrown backwards, but is still alive.
Good.
He's now got 2 burn tokens.
Put some good tunes on, Alex.
Willow's turn, Alex. Before
yeah,
you
hold
do
on,
what you're
hold
about
on.
to do.
Hold on, if I don't do this now, I will
okay.
forget.
I thought you were doing something else.
Go on, Willow. Make me proud.
Willow runs forward, seeing that these guys have been knocked back. She kind of sees Lulan is in somewhat of trouble, so she rushes forward. One of these half guard that is fighting the electricity, like stumbles past the tree, and as he does, she like flips around, cuts off his hand with Mentor's blade, and then just jams him like straight through the neck and through the top of his helmet, instantly killing one of these guards,
Nice.
elite guards. The other one pays attention, but into the snow, she kind of like disappears into the shrubbery and snow as he rushes after her. Only she jumps down through the tree, jamming the blade through his neck.
Oh.
As he falls forward, she like rolls in the snow.
She's an absolute nightmare to fight.
Marks charges forwards to help Freya. He's
Marks,
running. He's
Marks, Marks.
I'm coming, my lady! As he stumbles over a rock, and the other guard, there's one that's not burning, is going to bring down this he's jumping, even though he's in heavy armor, to bring down this sword on the back of Freya's head. And Marks trips and just helmet butts the guy in the legs, knocking the guy over him in slow motion. The guy lands in the snow, and Marks' mace and shield go tumbling. And he's like, "Where's my glasses?" As he's looking for them. Freya's just busy fighting this other guy. She doesn't even know what's happening.
Oh my god,
This
Marks is his
guard-
hero.
Out of nowhere, almost from the snow, this Chaos guy arrives after being knocked over by Marks. He grabs Mark, throws off his helmet, just punches him in the face. Marks' rosy cheeks split with blood as he's like, "Freya!" But Freya can't hear because the snow.
No, wait, do a perception check for Freya, she might hear.
Freya, what's your perception?
Freya doesn't.
My perception is scroll up 7.
Come on, Frogs.
He's
Right, perception for Hestia.
The Chaos guy has Marks in 2 hands and choking him, almost putting his thumbs through Marks' eyes. Freya, you notice in the corner of your eye, Marks is being strangled to death. You can sacrifice 1 AP from next turn to retaliate.
Yeah.
Or okay, what do you want to do?
Can I run it? Wait, where am I? Where is he?
So one of these guards is against Marks, and you're against the other survivor one.
Can I go? What have they got him? Are they grabbing him? What
Yeah,
are they
they're
doing?
almost thumbing in through his eyes.
Okay, can I run over and kick the guy?
Yeah,
He's obviously on Mark.
not a
and
fire
then-
kick, just a regular kick.
No, just regular kick, and then jump on him and smash him on the face.
Yeah.
So you kick him in the wrist, so he lets go of Marks. Marks like drops down into this like deep snow, and as the guy stumbles back, you slap him in the face with the like blunt side of the knuckle duster, and he stumbles back, and then you immediately switch to the blade side, just like stabbing twice, impaling him, and the guard like grips onto you, his blood starts pooling out, and he dies.
Nice. Sigh of relief for
Rock's
everyone.
working well.
Hestia
Wouldn't have been able to
sprinting
deal
after
with that,
Willow.
that's for sure.
Why not me?
She's trying to get to you, but you're so far away.
Can't she go round the back way?
Yeah, okay, there you go.
There we go.
Okay, team 2.
Okay.
Sorry, I need
from
some water
memory.
quickly. My voice is starting to hurt.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
second.
Okay.
Let's get some water.
Okay, guys, this is going very well. Frox is going well. We've got 2 gates which can't summon. It's just, one team's kind of letting the side down a little bit. But,
One team isn't started the fight.
Maybe if team 2 could get good.
Yeah, I think some certain boys are getting a bit slapped right now.
You got, you've been talking all this pride of this dwarven heritage, yet when it comes to crunch time, they ain't doing jack.
Short legs. Couldn't get involved. Long way to go.
That's true. It is very deep.
They've tried their best. That's
I-
all we could ask for.
I'm borderline Reinering it here
Never fully right.
With-
What do you mean by that?
with the
It's
next
the
move.
problem that
It's borderline Reiner.
So you're going to turn around and slit one of your allies in half?
No, luckily not that bad.
I am terrified.
I like that Hestia's got a little model now.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Eddie needs
Same.
a model. Eddie's the
She's
last.
growing up so fast.
I mean, the boys' side is frankly dealt with. Like, they're gonna wipe that in a turn, maybe 2.
Well,
Yeah. Right.
Same with our
I'm
side.
back.
Well,
Right, Adam,
I think we'll
go.
go with it.
Okay. You said there was a wind wall, right?
Yeah, giant wind wall in front of you.
Does it operate, or do I anticipate it will operate like Reiner's wind wall?
Yes.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Oh,
I think Voltrum is gonna get both the weapons off his back. Still got the ironwood shield there,
Yep.
and he's gonna just under his armpit say to Thrain, deal with the first pod, and he's gonna sprint at them, and then he's gonna try and vault off one of the shields into the pod behind, or into the leader behind. So trying to engage and then jump over, just try and bring both axes down.
You
Onto
got a
the
hammer
guy
and axe, remember?
Yeah, hammer and axe.
What's your dexterity?
Dexterity 7, I think.
Bloody hell, what?
Yeah, no, that's what I've been leveling lately.
So you slam into this shield guard, just knocking him off his feet. He rolls over. You step on his face and climb over him, scapering up the second line and almost tumble over him.
So is that 1 AP?
Yeah.
I am then going to save my next 2.
All right. Thurin and Fane immediately charge into. Oh my god. Into this group alongside Durin. Dane and Saren charge into this group. Banger readies his next shot.
Quick
And
question, weren't
Lunas.
you meant to load in? There was one person you were meant to load in. I don't know if you
Yeah, and Thimble.
did. Yeah, I just remembered that.
Clone this guy.
good old Fimble. He's going to get the winning blow on Harken, I think.
So we'll do Banger. Banger shot rips through the air. And manages to snipe out one of the guys at the back here. Thurin, Thane, and Durin, they're almost running down a hill, ducking, weaving, slicing, dicing. Thane's 2 axes slice through first. He, the one that you've knocked over, he just jumps, bringing 2 axes down, just stabbing him repeatedly with these axes, blood spraying all over him. Durin and Furin. Furin tosses Durin his axe and he spins around and just wipes out the leg of one guy, tosses it back to his brother as he puts his short sword straight through that guy's neck. Durin catches it as he rugby tackles one guy to the floor, holding the blade down, just slits his throat.
Nice.
I could imagine Thurin and Durin are like the Tumblr favourites of our character.
Yeah, they're like tossing each other over and stuff. Just always tossing. Thimble, Dane, and Saren plow straight into the second pod, killing two instantly with their like shields as they just slam in, like shield barging, axes wildly stabbing. Like this shield wall kind of forms. The dwarven armor kind of is able to resist most of the Chaos's blows. Wind does this sharp inhale, which kind of like pulls this second pod forward slightly before they just go, and it like Fuzro dars them, and they just fly all the way back.
Try's handy.
Oh.
And then he charges forwards.
Not as surrounded by enemies as I hoped I'd be.
Oh shit. Lunas like bypasses the first pod like you, and this axe guard just swings his axe, and Lunas's hammer just smashes through the shaft of the axe, exploding it into timber, and he just cleaves the upper part of this guy's head off to the point where his brain spills out. Lunas jumps over and, like with a lightning bolt, he brings down his hammer with this massive strike, instantly killing this elite squad in front of him. Go, Voltrim! We must shut the portal! As he, like, plows on forwards. Gate 2's turn.
Hit me.
Two more squads appear as they try to encircle Lunas. The elites move forwards. They try and bog these guys down. The elites start swarming Voltrim, and these guys marshal in a second wave of defense. Oh no, they're going to go after Banger.
No, not Banger. What's he ever done?
Okay, so the half guard captain towards the Chaos Axeman captain towards Voltrim. His giant axe slicing over onto Voltrim's armor. No spark. Voltrim's
what would the armor
defense.
be now, actually?
It's not. It's 8 out of 10, isn't it now?
Well, it's fully completed, right?
Yeah, so it's 8 out of 10.
It was 7 before. So
That's
I guess
got to be a
if it's-
9, right? Surely.
Sure, fine. 9 out of 12. We'll do that then.
Nice.
Successful.
Your armor blocks it. The 5 elites. You managed to actually dodge most of their blows. 4 hits though. So no armor save, no armor save. No electricity, sorry, no electricity, no electricity. You got to make 4 armor saves, that's 1 save. Another save, another save, and another save. You're just tanking these blows, so you now got 5.
But no sparks.
No sparks, but you got 5.
No sparks. Okay, can I now use my actions to say, well, that was fucking disappointing, and then just start like hacking through.
You got your 5 statics, haven't you?
No, I haven't got any yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can go up to 5 now.
I had performance anxiety. So you didn't
Oh
get
yes, sorry, I forgot. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you want to just swing wildly.
Just start hacking through.
The captain who's like got his axe buried in your shoulder, your elding axe just cuts the shaft off. You hammer him once, so his helmet comes off, and then you just cut deeply, so his lower jaw and his neck goes flying. The 5 guards that run towards you, they like lunge at you. You just take the blow into the chest and bring down your mace, just crushing the skull of one of them.
You had one job.
All right. Over here, Fane, Durin, Thurin. Fane easily dodges. Durin and Thurin armor save. 1 armor save. Thurin takes 1 wound.
No. Don't split up the twins.
No.
Why would you say that?
Oh, what a colour to choose.
I know, it's horrible, isn't it? Instant regret. Lauren loves that colour, that's her favourite colour.
What, lime?
Yeah, Lauren loves it.
Lime and
No
mustard.
judgment, no judgment.
True,
Lime
But
goes
lime
well
and
with-
white, just
Look.
can't see.
Freya loves alcohol, and lime,
Lime
goes
does
well
go
with a
well
lot
with,
of
you
them.
know, disease.
That's
Blindness.
such a necromancer thing to say.
It's a compliment from my character.
These 3 take a wound.
Not IRL though.
Mordor. Alright, see. Immediately Lunas is kind of like engulfed as he's like blocking his golden armor, like blocking many hits as they swing wildly at him. He grabs one by the head and like just throws him up into the air. And like this guy just disappears into the clouds. He like summons this wall of wind around himself, and like all these guards start getting dragged into this tornado as his hammer is just swishing wildly, smashing and smashing like bones, blood, and debris. He spins around, just like the top of his hammer just taps one guy in the chest, and the guy just gets electrocuted to the point where like you watch his skin like and bones seize up and melt into his skull, into dust. Sorry. So they take multiple wounds. This guy is a demigod.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, Gollumy Gollum. They just start like chipping off bits of stone. Like he makes this like noise
No, that's
as he
sad.
falls back. I keep saying like, it's so annoying. Why do I keep saying that? Like. And he takes a serious amount of wounds.
Serious?
Team 3. Yeah, Team 3.
Oh.
Water's finally caught up with you.
I mean, I want to send him more that way.
Which way?
Team 2.
Towards Team 2, but through the trees. Yeah.
He's like running with this like big smile on his face. And you just go,
Oh, but he's like too happy. We can't send him in there alone.
Can I make a suggestion?
I'll say
gonna
come
shout-
back.
I'm gonna shout so loud. No, before he comes back. I'm gonna shout- wait. As he's there, I'm going to sort of... How sentient are these trolls?
They're gone.
you don't know.
Alright. I'm going to say squirt water at the ground in front of you to make it ice and slippery. You'll get to Team 2 faster.
No. Squirt it at the enemy.
Unfortunately, he hears only Angel's command first. And so he sprays water, instantly freezing the ground under Scribbles, Bleaty, these 2 squads, and Angel. And now all of you are on ice.
Actually, that would probably be... Bleaty's on all 4s, so not Bleaty. Buddy's on all
Bleedy is
4s.
a champion of the Chaos Crushers, I think you'll find.
Okay.
He has perfect balance.
Buddy will be on all 4s, so I'm going to get him to swipe the soldiers in front of us.
Oh my god,
Sorry,
I'm gonna be like
The only one that's
pinball.
fucked in all of this is pretty much Charlie.
Mate, I'm not doing anything apart from barking commands anyway. I can do it on my arse, it's fine.
Oh, God.
So,
Oh no!
Why, he's
that's-
iced the ground. I thought he was
Oh.
a water element.
Angel?
Someone just disappeared.
Yeah, but he sprayed water at snow, which melts and makes ice.
Just immediately.
Well, I mean, not immediately, but I mean, do people raise other humans from the dead? So we can probably allow the water to
Oh,
go
right,
quickly to ice.
So he easily just slides around the ice, like kind of just
Oh, he's an ice skater.
as he goes past Angel and just plows straight into these guys, instantly crushing 2 of them.
So cute.
As he skids
Saddleman.
past. Angel,
I'll let Reiner go first and screw off. If
Ryan
they-
Scribbles,
if
who
they
wants to go first?
I mean, I went first last time, so
Yeah,
Right now.
Oh,
I went. Oh, fine, fuck it, right now.
Oh no, it's up to you guys. Charlie, you go first then. If you want to go first, you go first.
So I'm gonna get Bleaty to, oh fuck's sake, Buddy, to start swiping at the guys in front of them. I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
Buddy, fetch.
There's only 2 left. Buddy just picks one up and just crushes him in his mouth to the point where his torso drops out. And then Buddy, like, you hear this as he swallows the upper half of that human warrior. He then paws at the other one, just bringing this down, this massive heavy claw crushing him.
Good boy, Buddy. I think he was free range.
He's got 1 AP left.
I am going to get... He's got... Where's Harken? Yeah, no, I won't make it there in 2 turns. Fine. Can I get... But are these portals doing anything now we've killed the sorcerers?
They're blocking your escape.
Alright, I'm going to get Buddy to charge, use the speed he gets from the ice to vault over that squad in front of him, and then jump at the sorcerers.
Alright, hold on.
That is beautiful.
Buddy slips in the ice and starts spinning wildly, smashes into this tree.
Yes.
Does the tree fall over?
It totally is going to fall on him.
Snow shake everywhere and
blind. And everyone's very annoyed.
The snow crushes one of the elite guards. The tree crushes one of the elite guards, and Buddy just like slides past.
The most terrifying drive-by of all time.
Did you need to delete one more elite guard if the tree crushed him?
No, the tree fell on the guard that was here.
But you said the snow squished one and the tree squished another one?
No, the snow just blinded these guys.
Oh, alright.
So they can't, they've got no perception right now. Rhino, Scribbles, you got 3 actions.
So I'm going to get me and Bleaty to kind of run almost directly towards pretty much there, but a bit further away from that squad. Nope, just behind that tree, other side of it. So I'm in line of sight to the squad to my right.
Oh, to these guys?
Yeah, that's pretty much close enough. And I am going to just figure out which spell I want to use. I'm going to think really hard about this one. Come on, load.
Charlie's just trying to read and he's just making up for it. The words are blurry.
Charlie, don't forget, BT is OP in battle as well.
Oh, I'm sure. Fine. Let me fire Decay onto... Can I use Decay as more of an AoE at this range, or is it only going to be a single target still?
It's single target, I'm afraid, bro.
Alright. Well, we're going to go with the old tree stump technique.
Oh my god.
Can I fire Decay at the tree that is... Can you give me a top down of that squad? Whichever tree is like within falling distance.
They're on me!
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, that tree.
Okay, you rolled a 6.
Oh my god, the tree fucking... So, probably the lower third of the tree just doesn't exist anymore.
So that tree just melts away into like mold and pus.
And
the tree that Rhino's holding onto just immediately falls down.
It would definitely fall on them. I mean, like, a 6 is the best possible outcome, so...
Yeah, it crushes 4 out of the 6 of them.
Oh my lord.
You can deal with the rest, bro.
Can I use my amazing Rhino skills to kind of, like, leap forward?
So Rhino has adaptive legs, so because he's falling from so many heights, Rhino takes very little fall damage here. Rhino, you'll just take 1 wound as you land in front of them.
Oh no, but I want to land on one of them.
He wants to do like
a cushion.
You'll take a wound and kill one at the same time.
Oh, that's fine then, yeah.
So you like fall down and like you kind of like on your ankles to bring down the sword onto one of them. The tree, like all this pine is everywhere. You got a branch up your nose, so you got a bit of a nosebleed.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, like a twig.
You're welcome, bro.
Good
thanks, Charlie.
Good to have him back.
Adam, your memeing is so quick. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I'm riding a Windblade. Alright. Charlie, you've got 1 more action, I think.
I'm going to get Bleaty to charge the guys to my left.
So, Angel, you're like slipping and sliding with your boots of air on.
Oh
and these
god, I
guards...
forgot how bad I do on this.
These guards they're kind of separated now. They're no longer in a shield formation as they try to dodge a golem and a giant dog, and they're all slipping and sliding. And one guard just turns. He drops his shield and he's like trying to pick it up on the ice. And Bleaty just appears out of nowhere with like skates on and just slides over. So this guy's picking up his shield and Bleaty just slides over his skates over his hands, just cutting this guy's hands off.
Oh my word!
The guy's bleeding, pissing blood everywhere. He's like, ah! And Bleaty just disappears into the trees.
Oh my god. A drive-by bleedy. A drive bleedy. I don't even know how you'd say it.
Reiner, your turn.
So I only have one action, or do I have two?
You got 2 actions.
Okay.
And you're fighting one guy out of that lot.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do the classic rider move? But now that I have 2 weapons, 2 swords, can I do one at the ankle, and then as he falls, can I jam the other one in his chest?
What's your dex again, mate? 13, right?
13, yeah.
I mean, yeah, this guy's kind of been surprised. You've landed in front of him, you've impaled his friend, you sliced at his ankle, and then just like bring 2 swords down, slicing his head clean off.
Okay.
You got one more action?
Can you
Well,
see?
who's in range
You might be
of
able to see the
light
other sorcerer from there.
Oh, I could, maybe. Could I?
He's like got a perfect fucking shot on it, bro.
Oh, go on then. I'll longbow that last sorcerer.
Siege bow, yeah.
Siege bow, yeah, sorry.
The arrow rips through, like taking snow with it, and just immediately impales the guy into this tree, killing him instantly.
What a fucking shot! That was like you couldn't have had a more of an angle than that.
Angel, your turn.
What happened to the portal now that they're both
Yeah,
dead?
Alex.
So
that portal off.
the portal cracks and breaks.
Hey.
Fuck yeah. Best team. Team 3 is the best team. Bada bing.
Angel.
How many are in front of me still alive on the ice? Including that guy
3.
with the cut off hand.
3. Well, he's bleeding out, just like twitching on the ice.
Does he count as part of the 3?
No, he's dead. There's 3.
Okay.
They're rushing you.
I'm standing on the... Well, they can't rush me, they're on the ice.
Yeah, they're slipping and sliding. They're trying to get to you.
Is there any water still?
No, it's all ice.
It just immediately went to... Okay.
We can say it's damp. We'll say it's damp ice. Go on.
It doesn't have to be. I mean,
It's puddling. It's not formed ice. It's puddling. It's enough to skate on, but it's when like the Hampton Court ice rink is just
I mean,
full.
I fell over on that this year in the water, so I know
Yeah.
well. I guess I have 3 action points. I don't know how this will necessarily work because it doesn't technically. Oh fuck it! You know what? I'll just get my chain, put it into the water, and then try and electrocute everything.
What's your wisdom?
8.
Oh.
So you like whip this chain out and like almost whip the floor with it, like Clara's been teaching you. And as you whip it, a lightning spark flows down it, hits the water, and
That got Adam really good.
it hits the water and just like crackles along the floor. It doesn't quite do what you'd have won.
Right.
But they stop and they're like, oh, and they now know they're putting 2 and 2 together, water and a lightning user, and they just start rushing you as fast as they can.
I'm gonna say, hold on. I want to do a charisma check and go.
What's your charisma again?
It's 8. If these are all men, I go. Look around you. Your portal is destroyed. We've got an undead dog. You're definitely gonna die unless you immediately go that way and never come back.
All you hear them say is, "For our king," and they just rush you.
Fine, but then I'm gonna blind them with my last AP so that they slip over.
Yep, you blind them. The 3 of them like kind of like run and tumble. One just starts screaming, thinking that he's lost sight forever, and he's like holding his eyes, clawing at his eyes, almost pulling them out.
Oh my god!
In a horrifying fashion.
Jesus, that's a bit intense.
They're blind, so
Does any of them slip and crack his head?
No,
because he was running on the ice and he suddenly lost his sight at intense
No,
speed.
but they didn't quite get to full speed. The elites are gonna now charge Reiner. And this squad's going to start moving up towards Angel and the Golem, because the Golem's going to try and get in the way. Now they've lost their portal, they're furious. Bleaty, what's his face?
Buddy.
Buddy
I'm not the only one.
has lost one turn. Lost now. He's gone. Fuck, my brain's melted apparently. Stroke? Am I having a stroke?
Non's having a strong.
So the Elite Guard are swinging their hefty axes at Reiner.
Dodge, dodge, dodge!
5 hits. Let's try the dodge. What's your dex again? No, sorry, not your dex isn't anything to do with it. It's 1 out of 6 chance. 1 armor save. That's 1 dodge. 2 armor saves. 3 armor saves. 4 armor saves. So you dodge 1 blade as 4 more blades hit you.
Oh.
Your armor is 4.
I thought you said 4 armor saves. I was about to say, oh, I only took one wound.
You're taking 4 armor saves. Your armor saved 1 of them. Do you take 1 wound? Your armor saved another. Holy shit, that's lucky. And your armor saved another. You only take 1
Wow.
wound. What? Insane. 4 out of 12.
Madness.
Insane. Okay, now the Golem. They're like swarming him, and the water one's kind of like, he always looks like he's crying.
No, he was
And he's just-
snarling, remember?
Yeah, but it's just water's pooling out of all the orifices, effectively. He takes a couple wounds. You just hear as he takes wounds.
Oh, I don't like it when they're in pain.
That's it. They couldn't even see Scribbles because he's hiding behind a tree. Okay, team 1. Lulan, Freya, who wants to go first? Oh, my dice.
Keep what we're doing, Lulan.
Alright.
Go first.
Can the golem? How many?
Oh shit! Sorry. Because you only distract him for 1 turn. These guys have spawned the last turn. I forgot to do that. Go on, Lulan.
Okay, the golem in front of it. I just want it to take out as many as it can in front of it.
Yeah. So
With
there's
his
only 2
basic
left.
attack.
Yeah, easy peasy. There's only 2 left. He just picks them up and like bangs their heads together.
Great.
Oh well, he's gone forever.
He's
That's
back.
really annoying.
He's back.
Let me just. Yeah, he's got 1 more action.
And then I want him. He's the electricity one. I want him to sort of lightning clap one of the wizards, sorcerers, casters things.
he lightning claps their cheeks. So he's now towering over them. He summons like a lightning bolt and just like Zeus style throws it. This guy just gets completely fucked up.
Nice.
Where he once was, all that remains is his staff
Nice.
dug into the ground. No cloak, no nothing, just gone.
Great. Right, and then Lulan's gonna, with her momentum from the last sort of attack, she's just gonna keep swinging and swinging in circles, mainly attacking the guy behind her. Well, no, it's in front of her right
Yeah,
now.
this captain's like going toe to toe with you. Oops, I rolled a wrong dice there. What was your strength? It was 8, right?
I believe so. Let me double check. No, my strength is 7.
7. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So he like stands up, he like swings a blade at you, you dodge, you bring this giant sword around, and without a second chance to dodge, he just gets impaled with this giant sword. With all your strength, you lift it up, and you're like shaking him, his blood showering all over you. You're like, like drinking this blood in as he slides down this giant blade, like, and then you shake him off, and he drops dead.
Great.
I forgot you've also you've taken 2 wounds, haven't you?
You take like a blood
Yeah.
bath to a new level.
So
Nice.
whenever you wait, sorry, 1 second. Whenever you take a wound, you get a token. So let's just change this.
I got 2. Yeah. And I mean, does it if I'm fully up on the life cleaver, but yeah, I use that and the person
No,
dies.
that doesn't count.
No?
No.
Okay, cool.
That's your tokens. Will follow you around.
Cool. Then can I? Do you know what? I'm going to encourage Hestia to attack the two people in front of me, whilst I also attack them as well.
Nice. Hestia, first blood.
I want Hestia to back me up on the two soldiers in front of me.
So Hestia like jumps off of the blunt side of your sword, like the blade flat surface, and she lands on one guy. Just her iron beak is just like starting to form, her silver beak, and she like pecks the guy's face off effectively, like ripping out his eyes, like smashing through the guy's cheekbone, and it eats his tongue.
Oh, what a good girl!
Should we be encouraging that?
What does my attack do?
I feel like that's a future problem.
Are you using your? Is that a future problem? Bleaty's somewhere, just like. You've got the using the large blade, yeah.
Yeah. I'm dropped it.
This guy's running and he kind of jump attacks you, and you just cut off both his arms at like the bicep, and like his hands. I've got to stop saying like. Fuck me. His hands fall down in front of him, and he goes to one knee, and then you just bring down the sword and behead him.
Lovely, great. And then with my, what can I see directly in the front of me, please? Right, and that's a not that, the other guy in front of them. In front of those people. Who's in front of them?
Yeah.
That guy.
This guy.
Is that all I can see, basically? Yeah. Him. Can I use? I want to use Blood Whip.
Okay.
But it's she can choose to lash at any or for 3 damage at increased range. Is that an increased range?
Yeah.
Yep. Right. I'm gonna go Blood Whip for him, and that uses 2 tokens.
Cool.
I want to lacerate him around the neck. Is essentially what I'm aiming for.
So this blood forms out, and you go, whoosh, and it like slide. Oh my god! I said like again. For fuck's sake! Like a teenage girl. Like your blood whip lashes out and just severs this guy's head completely off.
Hee hee. Lovely.
That was like totally rad.
Rad.
Okay, Freya, you've just bludgeoned one of the elites to death in defense of Mark's.
Okay, can I just, help Mark off the floor?
Yeah, so you hold out your hand, and he takes it and like tries to like kiss it a little bit.
Yeah,
as
I could probably just be like,
and he like falls back into the snow on his fat ass.
Go on, let him have a little one.
Oh, my apologies, my lady. I misunderstood that situation. I'm so sorry. As he like searches on the floor and he puts on his big tin pot helmet again.
Could Freya just like tap his helmet and then
like blood just trickling out of his nose.
Oh god. And then so who is there any more enemies in front of us then?
Yeah, this one guy's like still trying to kill you.
Okay. And the golem thing, that's all. Okay, can he aim towards the gate and the casters?
Yep.
Like, he's free roam to do whatever.
Yep.
Just at the caster, if anything.
He unhinges his jaw and a giant fireball appears, ripping through, and kills these 3 elites.
Nice.
The caster does not get hit though.
Nice. Okay.
He's going to send his other action to plod forwards.
Cool. And then who's in front of Freya? How many?
One of the just one elite guard. He's got 2 burn tokens on him as well.
Could she do like a swing fire kick, but like directly at his jaw line?
Your fire kick is still on cooldown.
Oh, okay. Can I just... Right, let me have a look at my sheet. Can I just steam punch him?
Yep, so he rushes up to you and like, oh, fuck's sake, You pull your fist back, and as you do, the air just warms up so gradually to rapidly that snow stops appearing and just water drops start forming, almost condensation on your knuckles as you flash forwards with one jab, and like, fucking hell, I can't stop saying like! His flesh melts, sticking to his armor, and he rots away in front of you.
Nice.
I can't
To be
say
fair,
much
you are comparing it to a lot of stuff, so it's a very like apt word to use in this situation.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom.
So it's all right.
You're a good egg.
I'll be on it if
pretty-
you use it in other situations. but
Thank you. It's such a bad habit. I just remember my English teacher like yelling.
I saw that.
Like,
Alex could just be saying arse every 2 seconds, arse this, and Tom would be like, oh, yeah, it's okay, Alex.
Well, it depends. Would it be?
Freya, you got 2 more actions.
Okay, can I go towards the golem and the gate?
Yep. You got 1 more action.
Oh, because that's still got my action. Okay, how far can my flamethrower go? Not that far. It's not, is it?
It's quite far.
Yeah, but like how far?
Well, hold on. Let me get the ruler out. No.
Yes, it's nothing.
Hold on. Let me
Get all
scale it
of them.
up. There you go.
Yeah, it's not far at all. Okay, can I do a fireball at the caster then?
What's the cooldown of your fireball?
Let me have a look. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, it would hit literally all of them. Your flamethrower. Your fireball was 2 turns ago, so I doubt you've got it off cooldown yet.
Yeah, no, it's 3 turns. Okay, I'll just use flamethrower then.
Freya holds out her hand, and fire like snakes almost appear, worming around each other until it spreads rapidly. The shield wall desperately attempts to block out the flames. Just see how successful they are. 3 melt instantly.
Oh,
Nice.
Nasty
Burning
way
and
to go.
screaming
that's
in front
not how
of
you want to
Freya.
go. Melting in snow. That's just rude.
One almost paws at you, Freya, as he like slides down your legs, just burning. He looks up and his eyes just melt.
Can I just kick him off me?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
He's so fleshy and tender that you just rip his like pulled pork. Your heel digs straight through his cheek and out through his other one.
What's Mark's doing as he witnesses this?
My lady is so brave! As he like rushes, one of the other guards pulls away from the fire. Mark springs down his mace. He's swinging this like mace around his head. And he brings it down and just rips the head off of one of them.
Oh my god,
like-
Mark's got a kill!
Blood everywhere. He looks at his weapon and he starts shaking. He's like, "My lady," as Freya's just holding her hand, burning these guys alive, driving them.
It's
Who's-
Freya's
Jesus, boy.
boyfriend.
Have you
Freya's
seen,
shipping partner.
Have you seen Free Guy? You know where like she's oh, you've not seen it, okay. But there's a scene where the girl is like fighting, she's got guns everywhere, and then Ryan Reynolds is just all slow-mo watching her going, oh, like while she's
Yeah.
like flicking her hair, like shooting, and he's just like
The best scene from that is when the bank robbery, where he takes the guy's glasses and accidentally shoots him, and his mate's like, "You just killed someone," and Ryan Reynolds is like, "No, he's just sleeping. He's just so tired." I have to get this clip up.
It is
I
such a good
still
movie.
think when Guy comes along, and it's just like, he punches so hard, yet his hands are so soft.
Here's one brief pause, just to show this scene.
Catchphrase.
Catchphrase.
Oh, Dan, you're muted. I just saw your lips moving. You're muted if you're talking to us.
Charlie, you'll want to see this. This is straight out of your.
I'm on
Say
it.
it
I
down,
have
say it
seen
down.
this movie.
Catchphrase.
You-
As a catchphrase,
you guys-
it's a pretty
you guys
good
ready?
catchphrase.
I'm ready.
Turn it up as well because it's quite quiet.
Ooh.
just resting.
That man is dead.
So sleepy.
Sleepy.
Just put your gun down. Right here. Weak.
Just he's so sleepy.
So sleepy.
Guys, can you play the link that I just sent you and just skip it to 1 minute?
Alright.
Thank you.
Lauren, you
This is
absolutely
very
love
intense.
this film as well.
I love this film. I don't know
I've watched
why.
it so many times.
Really pretty. This house.
You skip to 1 minute. This is how I see Mark sees Freya. That's right.
That player in the NPC.
It's coming.
Nobody
This bit.
There's all
Yes.
That's Freya. This is Mark watching her.
that little lower lip bite.
Ryan Reynolds is so good.
So yeah, that's how I see Mark watches Freya while she's fighting.
That
so
was
worth
absolutely
seeing.
beautiful.
Yeah,
That was a great little interlude.
Yeah. Right. So Mark's is just witnessed that.
We've all experienced that with him.
Willow dashes forward. One of the elite guards rushes her. She throws this giant shuriken, and as you guys have seen before, it shatters into mini blades as she pulls back on a string, impaling the guy in the back. She just sprints over his corpse. Some of the elite berserkers who feel no pain rush towards her. She slides down, trying to get behind the golem, throwing 2 knives. They feel no pain, but they still die. As 2 more go down, and she starts scaling up the golem.
Good.
Their reaction. This guy's still trapped in burning. One guy manages to escape Freya's onslaught. The 2 berserkers are gonna go for this golem. Where's this golem's health bar gone? There's 1 elite guy. These guys rush forwards, take on Lulan and Hestia. The sorcerer starts whispering this ancient spell. He fires this bolt of pure energy. It hits Freya. Freya, you take 1 wound.
Oh, wow. Anyway.
These 2 elites swing heavily at this golem. Takes 3 wounds.
What?
Sorry, 4.
He's got great stone armor though, right?
Willow tumbles off him. Yeah, but these guys are mad berserkers. Are just wailing, and wailing. This one, his stone armor blocks it. These 8 swing at Lulan.
Ah, shit.
Alright, damn. Only 4 hit. Lulan's dodge chance. Fail, succeed. Fail. 3 armor saves.
So none of them try and hit Hestia.
No, they're all just going for Lulan. They're just kind of like Hestia's still kind of small. 1 wound Lulan, 2 wounds Lulan, 1 armor save.
Okay.
So you get 2 more blood tokens and take 2 wounds. Oh, that rolls.
This music sounds good.
Alright. Team 2.
Hey, I feel like we're slacking, so that needs to change. Gonna turn around to shout to Thane. Thane, if I go, have you got this?
Go, lad! My king!
Okay, I am gonna ult into that mass of people in front of the portal.
Oh my god. Glorious.
So, just kind of like...
The 4 captains try and stop you as you just get sucked up by lightning. All the dwarfs are like startled, they've not really seen it before. As you plow down. Oh my god, this thing's such a nightmare. Voltrum appears with this thunder strike, bringing down his axe and hammer, his shield and his armor, his full body weight, instantly vaporizing a handful in the epicenter and stunning the ones on the outskirts. You got anything cool to say as you land?
Things have changed since the last time we saw you, friend.
Friend.
Okay, next action point. Going to charge completely the opposite direction to Harkon and try to take out one of the sorceresses.
These two guards get in your way.
Can I go for the one on the left then?
So the one on the left is stunned. This guy runs and like swings his axe at you.
Can I go for the other sorcerer then?
Yeah, you just bypass him. These three rush to stop you.
Okay.
3 axes incoming your way. 2 hit. See the spark. No spark. 1 spark. 1 is stunned. You gain 1 spark totem.
Okay.
Now armor save. That is the wrong dice. 1 wound. 2 wounds.
Fuck.
Their blades rip through the gaps in your armor and where the mail and levers are, and blood starts to well out of like 1 armpit. You got 2 actions still.
Did I manage to close the distance to the sorcerer?
You're close enough that if you get past these guys, I'll allow it.
Okay. And then with kind of like an overhand swing with the hammer, as it starts coming up, it then doubles in size just to try and crush the 2 in front.
Oh yeah, easily. They've got absolutely no armor. They can feel no pain, but yeah, you just bring down this mallet, just go, and there's nothing left. It's just puddle and mangled bone. The sorcerer starts channeling a magic ability. He fires, and it just whizzes over your shoulder.
I think then jumping off the giant hammer now, and then bringing the left hand down, aiming for the side of the neck, just to try and take him out with the elding axe.
You behead him.
Oh, damn.
You land, his head rolls. Harken laughs. Very well. He summons his mace and just throws his mace, instantly killing 2 of his own men. And hitting you square in your back.
Which is 10 out of 12. It's an armor save.
Yep. You take 1 wound. And the hammer just Thor's hammer just pushes you in the snow face first. You go through this snow and into this tree. He pulls his hammer back and steps over your mace.
Oh my god, you
Come
guys are
now.
gonna anime 1v1.
Let me kill you one final time, Voltrum. He your crown is attached to your helmet, and he mocks you and laughs when he spots it. Alright, Golem's turn. Golem smash? He summons, pulling all of these people into him. And then Lunas just clicks his finger, and like a tiny spark, a little hummingbird of flame, slowly withers and touches this tornado and just rips with this giant beacon of fire around them, killing almost everyone. This entire squad goes down. This guy goes down to 3. And these guys go down to 3.
Nice one, Lunas.
Lunas just doing what gods do. Ducking, weaving. He takes a couple blows here and there. You see blood trickling off one of his legs, and his hand looks wounded. One of the guards, one of the Chaos Knights rush him. He shoves the shaft of his hammer into the guy's mouth and just ignites it. And the guy just slowly melts into the floor as Lunas uses his overbearing strength to grab the final guard and just snap him over his knee, killing him.
Bleedy Star.
Yeah, Bleaty saw that pig.
Bleaty's him.
Charlie, you missed that. Bleaty picked up a pig and just cracked a pig over Bleaty's knee.
Fucking hell!
Bleaty is terrifying.
Banger, let's rip. Killing another one.
Let it rip.
My name's Banger, he says as he shoots. Classic Banger.
That's so banger.
Bangers in mash, am I right?
Hey,
They only kill one. These guys kind of suck.
Hey, don't say that about banger.
Well, no, these guys easily
Oh.
vaporize them and then move on to the next ones.
I don't
They're
know
just
what-
like tossing. They're tossing weapons between them, like that scene in The Hobbit where they're going down the barrels.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Okay, gate 2. Harken jumps down off the snowy mound and begins to rush Voltrim. Using one action to close the gap, he summons his axe back and his hammer, bringing 2 hammers down on Voltrim. Come, Master Dwarf, let's see if you're worthy of this kingship. As he slams in, landing 3 heavy blows. 3 Voltrim armor saves. Voltrim gets 1 more armor spark. 2 armor saves. That's an easy save. And a lost dice. 2 armor saves. You take no wounds.
Wow.
And you get 1 spark.
Sucks to
The
be
elites.
Harken right now.
The elites are going to start coming down off the cliff. This unit's going to try and catch up. Here we have Fane, Durin, and Thurin. Each one takes 1 wound, except what's her name? Except Thurin. More foot soldiers rushing them. They're gonna, as they get close to Banger, you hear this like ka-chunk, and they just explode. And Banger's laughing wildly.
I'm banger.
Do you enjoy my bangers and mash? He says as he
Oh my god!
as he scurries off.
What a little rascal.
Little rat boy.
Does he go?
And I'm afraid we're gonna have to call it there, guys.
Oh.
I know we're gonna have to pause there because Lauren has the office tomorrow.
Is that the end of the turn order?
Shit, it's like 11.
No, we got team 3 left, which is your team, Tom.
We can't finish with our team and then start.
All right, we'll finish with your team. Go on then.
Well,
If Lauren
guys,
needs-
I'm
if
gonna
Lauren
have
needs
to
to
go.
go,
'cause
yeah.
I've got-
Yeah, I'll explain it to Lauren.
Good
later.
night, B.
Okay.
Sleep
Yeah,
well.
night, guys.
Bye.
Night, Lauren. Night, Lauren. See you soon.
Yeah, bye.
Can't believe how well Team 3 did.
Yeah.
You know, we're let.
If anyone was gonna fuck up, it was you guys.
I mean, I've got to say, my back is really hurting from carrying Team 3 so hard. So, alright, well, it's Team 3's actions, and I've gone first every turn so far, so I might as well.
Let's roll with it. I think it's working. You don't get to play that often.
Which means that we can try and correct your mistakes.
Go on, Scribbles.
So that squad in front of me, that's not facing me, or is that just poorly placed?
There's 3 guys in this one. They're trying to get to Angel.
And they're all blind. Yeah, they're all blind.
I mean, the blind wears off this turn. But
And
yeah,
I'm
they,
No,
guessing-
it's blind for 1 turn, so they're blind right now.
yeah.
Buddy's buddy gone?
Yeah, Buddy's gone.
Okay. Can I use my movement to just walk up right behind the 2 on the back left?
Mm-hmm.
And just...
Watch out for the ice.
I'm going to cast Ethereal Chains on as many members of the squad as I can.
Alright, let's roll it. Yeah, you chained 2 of them.
Which 2? Specifically?
Well, there's only 3 there. Ignore the fact that there's a
Oh,
squad.
fine. And then I'm just going to punch myself in the jaw really hard.
So you take no damage, but they both, while all blind, they'll just get knocked to the floor, so they're going to lose their turn.
And then can I piss on them?
So the two, they're on the floor, like they're not really sure what's hit them, where they kind of hit themselves, and then you just start urinating in their mouth. They're disrespected and they're enraged, but they're on like blinds and on the floor.
I'm gonna say this is why you don't disrespect little people.
Rhino, your turn.
Right.
Was that his whole turn? Did he do an action to pierce?
Yeah.
God.
Worth every action.
Alright, yeah, shit.
How many is he actually facing?
5.
5.
5, okay.
They're elites. They just got here.
Can I use... Yes, give me a second for it up here. Wind Slash.
Nice. Okay. That's going to be a cone. That's going to hit all of them because they're tightly knit. What's your wisdom?
Oh, 7.
Okay.
Probably a lot worse than that.
Yeah, you wind slash. Let's just see. They all take 1 wound.
Nice.
Ha 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 ha.
So what actually happens there?
So he just unsheaths his blade really quick and like a cone of similar to Danzo versus Sasuke. You know, he's like and like fires those wind blades, kind of like that.
Okay. Cool.
And then, like, whilst the first one's getting hit, can I then kind of attack him, really?
Yeah. So you can with your short sword, you'll be able to hit the 2 in front of you.
Okay.
The 2 closest.
I only want to use one action, though, yeah.
Yeah, you kill one of them.
Okay.
Your
And
blade
then-
just tears through as they're distracted by the wind that's just hit them.
And then, obviously, while they're still distracted, can I put my hood?
Oh, okay. What's your wisdom? Sorry, it was S7, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go invisible.
Fuck yeah!
Rhino disappears
Nice.
for 1 turn. Okay, Angel. You're facing down 2 on the floor and 1 who's like rubbing his eyes about to look at you.
Who are the 2 behind these guys?
They're elites, they're rushing you.
Over the ice.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna... Alright. I've never actually used this before. This is the new thing you put on it. Static. Can I just mark someone with static willy-nilly?
That's your passive, so any lightning ability that hits them or automatically, as long as it doesn't kill them, applies a mark.
Okay. I'm gonna get my little sword. I'm gonna
Tanto, yeah.
throw it at the guy on the left.
Are they not already all marked? Because you did your electric thing earlier.
No, you killed those 3.
It didn't
instantly.
work either.
No, it didn't. The chain whip. Yeah, the chain whip didn't work. Yeah, you hit him and land. Are you gonna teleport to him or?
I am gonna, but did it do any damage when it landed in him?
Yeah. He took a wound.
All right, I
And
teleport
then you
to
just
him.
appear grabbing it. Yeah.
I appear next to him, and then do I still just have a normal dagger?
No. So you now got your tanto, your katana, and your rapier and chain.
Okay. Okay. As I appear, I want to pull my katana out and slice him. So it's like
Nice.
grab the thing like that. Upper half slice.
The blade tricks with lightning as you just cut clean through him, and he does that typical samurai like, as his body slides into.
Good. We needed 1. All right, and then
Hey, Pudge.
the guy who's still blind on that. No, actually, fuck it. It's my last action point, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Don't have any more powers. I'm gonna.
Pudge.
I bet you are.
Fuck it. I'll get my chain if I can. I'm gonna try and. I've never used it like this before. Try and grab that guy's weapon out of his hands, the one in front of me who's not blind.
You can disarm. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your dex?
My dex is 8.
So you use your ranged disarm move. The chain wraps around the axe, and you pull the axe towards you, catching it.
Yeah. Sweet. That's my final action.
All right, and guys, we will call it there for tonight.
Cool.
Thank you, Alex. That was a great map.
Sick session. Sick
That
map.
was great map, great session. Great
Chiefy
fun.
Road.
Perfect.
Feels
As you guys
good.
liked it.
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna shoot
missed
because I'm up
D&D.
early.
Night.
Catch you in a bit, guys.
Alright, bro.
Mac.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us, Scribbles.
Oh my god. So this combat, because I'm trying to perfect combat, it seems to be the hardest part of D&D, right? But with these unit sizes, like actually, I found bases for them and stuck them to those bases so that I could move them quicker. Just trying to keep it fast and light. How's that? Does this feel easier and lighter?
That felt much better than the dwarven battle. Like that
Yeah,
one
part-
felt long. This one,
Yeah.
felt
So many
like
named
it was-
characters there. That was tough.
Yeah.
I
Name
think
characters
what's quite
like
nice as well is splitting it into teams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I quite enjoyed that.
That was a nice little.
Yeah, I thought that'd be quite fun to try out. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good because you could still you're still listening and enjoying, but you don't get lost in what's happening. Oh, it's the team 1 battle.
yeah.
Oh, it's the team 2 battle. It's the team 3 battle, and you
I
can
also-
tell what's progressing.
I liked that you didn't roll for too much there, like some
Yeah.
of it you just role played. Because I think sometimes in a battle it's
Yeah, you gotta just go.
you
with
gotta
the
just
flow.
so you're not rolling a dice for every action.
Yeah, I roll dice for all your actions, but typically for NPCs, it'll be what the narrative
Exactly.
deserves.
I liked it.
None of you noticed the clues
Uh-oh.
in the songs.
Oh, there is no clue. I don't know what you're on about.
Oh my god, was it winter?
No, I renamed all the songs to spell out something.
Oh, in
If
the
it's
roster.
Anarian, I'm gonna be so.
Oh, it was no. Oh, he has an
It
O in
was.
his name.
It was.
Yeah.
Anarian
Yeah.
Is
Oh yeah.
here. Oh, Anarian is
Oh,
here.
oh fuck.
Yeah.
That's not good.
It's really
Well,
not
it's
good.
prophesized that the demigod's gonna die, so I'm assuming out of canon, we've got to close the portals, and then an Arian's gonna arrive, which we're not meant to fight right now. So I'm assuming we're gonna have to skedaddle through a portal,
think
which is
got
why
it.
we're closing the gates,
And
so
then
we're
I
able
loved-
to escape.
Yeah,
I loved you
Lunacy
guys
can hold them off.
talking about marks, and then I just did the meme with
Yeah.
the shifty eye meme.
Oh no, I read that whole Anarian is here, like, yeah, Harken's here. So wait
Yes,
a second, Anarian, oh my god, that's significantly worse.
Wait, is Anarian already fighting, or is he just sort of observing?
Oh, I don't know.
An Aryan is Marks, confirmed.
Yeah.
Gee.
I ship
Yeah.
Frart. I like that. A lot of moments for my Anne.
Freya fancies Leaf though.
That's what she thinks, but she's confused with her feelings.
Oh right, yeah.
Leaf doesn't see it that way.
Hey!
Oh, dear.
There you go. Come down to the bottom barrel with me.
Do you guys want to see Fudge's knickers? Hold on.
Oh no, she's at that stage. Poor dog.
Yeah,
Not
she's in heat.
Oh no.
Oh.
So sad.
Look how big she. Charlie, you haven't seen her in ages. Look how big she is.
Fucking hell, she is a chunky girl. Jesus. Look at those chops.
She's just so fine with you holding her there.
I know. Bless her little nickies. Oh, you got your little nickies on. Yeah.
Oh. And Alex, before you go, what was your favourite moment?
Reiner falling from the tree was pretty good. Freya saving Marks was something I didn't see. I thought she was just going to ignore that and just continue killing. Hestia
She's part of
getting
the
a
chosen
kill.
ones now.
Hestia getting a final kill was good. Lulan finally using the sword I gave her like 17 turns ago as
Yeah.
First real chance to use it.
Yeah, because even in the hall, like she didn't want to use it because that was quite close.
You didn't have it in the hall, to be fair.
I did.
No, because
Oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't.
Oh, you used that column instead, didn't you?
Oh,
I'm just watching the piggies have a little.
Yeah, they
Having a
are.
little
They are
snuggle
having a little,
around.
little tandem there.
Aw.
it's animal night.
Does anyone want to play any games?
Well,
I'm
yes.
so
Yeah,
stressed.
I'm currently in isolation, so I don't have a bedtime.
You're in
Oh, you
isolation.
isolating?
Well,
Yeah, I've got
all I'm
COVID,
gonna
boys.
say
You
is-
have
Oh, you
COVID.
didn't tell me
my
that.
goodness.
No.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say, Chess?
Don't know. Just
Did you get it from one
didn't.
of the kids?
Yeah, one of the girls tested positive, so obviously all the teachers tested, came back negative, and then went back home. Had a slightly sore throat, but I just thought it was because I was smoking new tobacco, which is a lot harsher than my new one, my original one.
Grim.
Bloody
So I
hell.
just thought it was that. And then through the night, had a fever. Woke up in the morning. I was like, yeah, no. Took a test, came back positive. I was like, great.
Oh no.
Yeah. And so two other teachers are off as well, and 6 of the 8 kids in the class are also off with COVID.
You do it for the kids.
How do you feel?
I'm fine now. I'm chill.
Did you? How long have you had it then?
Since Friday.
Oh right. Did you lose
this
your
is day
taste
5.
or smell or anything?
Yeah, not
Oh,
fully,
Oh, okay.
but
So
it was
that
like
doesn't come back.
to the point where if it wasn't really strong,
Mm.
I couldn't smell or taste it.
Wow.
But I knew what it could smell and taste like, so I feel like it's sort of more of a phantom taste and smell.
That's confusing.
And it's only the last day that I've actually can taste and smell everything properly.
God damn, that
So-
sucks.
Yeah.
F in
Charlie.
chat,
6?
everyone. F in chat.
Charlie's got 6.
Oh.
There are 6 of us in Overwatch. I'm really sorry, Chess. You know that fucking sucks. I'm so sorry.
I don't have.
It's a 6-player game.
I don't have it. Sorry, man.
Oh,
don't either.
Fuck.
My
What is it?
PC is so bad.
You have Fall Guys?
I was gonna say Fall Guys.
No, the only thing I do have is Among Us.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
that
game's
is classic.
Oh, Chess, I need to talk you through getting the Xbox Game Pass because you can just live stream from their servers and play. So you don't
I
need
know
a
you said
computer.
this so much before,
Yeah, you don't need a
It's like
computer.
but I
Yeah.
don't think you estimate how shitty
You
my
can do it,
laptop
but you can
is.
do it from your phone. That's what I'm saying. You can play the new Halo off your phone because it's like
Yeah.
they're just live streaming it, and you're just feeding in the commands.
Okay, I might do then. I'm very tempted to download all the important documents on my USB and just pay for someone to actually wipe my laptop.
I mean, you
I
have to
don't
pay
do anything with it though. Like I literally use Word and go on YouTube and Netflix on my laptop, and I have done for the past 4 years. But it's got to the point where my mouse won't respond sometimes.
Can you not do
It's
a
fine.
hard reset on it and just grab all the pictures and put it on an external hard drive?
That's what I'm thinking of doing. But I also want my stepdad to go through to make sure there's nothing hiding anywhere as well. Whether I'm just being stupid, because I usually check anyway. Like every once a month, I'll do like a big massive check of my laptop in terms of viruses and stuff. But also, I'm not very patient.
I actually just loaded up onto the Xbox to see, and the last game played by Joe Hersey was Slime Rancher. He is. So Dan and I had this thing.
Autistic now.
Yeah, Dan and I. You know, John, do you remember that time I was really ill with the flu?
I
and you
distinctly
came
remember
over.
coming over and you're in your man gown. Like, let me show you my farm. I've been here for 3 months, and let me show you.
I just lost my mind playing Slime Rancher.
It was
so
slightly disconcerting.
Dan had the exact same thing happen to him. He was ill and played Slime Rancher for like 3 days, and like we then were talking and playing Hunt afterwards. And he just said like his brain had melted because of Slime Rancher. So that's a new thing. It's like if you're instead of like I'm smoothing out, like I'm smooth braining it, it's I'm sliming out.
Yeah. I saw it
Slime
in person.
Rancher
It's
has
real.
sanded all of the wrinkles out of my brain.
Yeah. Wrinkle free since '93, man.
Wow.
Right, folks, I'm gonna head.
See you
Charlie,
later.
fun to
Bye.
play with you again.
Was a pleasure.
Kick
Yeah,
Harken's
welcome back.
ass.
I've ordered the Malvasias. I'm excited.
Ooh.
I'll let you know.
I hope they're as good as I remember. Otherwise, I'm very sorry.
That's quite all right. We'll find out one way or the other.
One way.
Maldives.
see you later.
What's that?
See ya. Bye.
Bye.
You'll never know.
Oh my god. I'm guessing it's a plant.
No, it's not a plant. Although my little jungle's coming along nicely. I got my hanging plant back there.
Nice.
I got my 3 on my windowsill.
Nice then.
Problem is, I need more plants.
How's Rose doing?
Yeah, she's good. She's with Viv tonight. She's slept for the longest she's ever slept ever last night. 7 hours.
My god, how good did that
My
feel?
God.
Same amount as me.
Yeah, well, I mean, Viv had to still wake up to milk herself every 4 hours, so it wasn't the best sleep in the world. But
bro.
she still managed to get a decent sleep, so it's all good.
That's huge. That's huge.
It's huge indeed. And Viv being at her mum's tonight, giving me a day off, is lovely. And it's good. It's good times.
How is Nanny Vignac?
Nanny Vignac?
Vivi's mum.
Nanny Bonyik.
Bonyik, yeah. Shit,
Right.
my bad.
Grandma
Close,
Vineyard
close.
it was close. She's pretty good, yeah.
Grandma Cognac.
Exactly. Nailed it. Grandma Vape's back. No, she's good. She's basically just helping out. She's a lot better at doing things for Vivi rather than with Rose. So when Vivi's there, she'll cook, clean, do all the washing, do all the jazz, tap dance, clean the bathroom, normal stuff. And yeah, that's it really. Very excited for Jackass.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be real. It's gonna be real.
I'm excited to. I'm picking up the lens tomorrow. It looks so funky.
I know. You know what I've realised? We'll eventually have everyone's career involved in my dentistry because I'm going to have to get Tom to act for us and go, wow, that was great dentistry. Thanks. Alex to film it.
Lawrence in your graphic design.
Chess,
So
what do you do?
Nothing to do with dentistry.
Fine.
Well, I was going to say there would have to be like a section where the kids are like ha 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 because that's always happens, and then you could be
help
their
kids with
carer.
special educational needs if you need that.
Jen could be Jess could be Chess. Fuck me, having a stroke.
Jen.
Chess. All right. Chess could be the full-time child carer for the autistic children.
She could run slime rancher sessions in the way.
Any kind of child.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good.
The thing is, Chess, you'd expect it to be all the kids, but it'd just be Charlie.
Or I can give you, or I could be like a sort of a patient who's very afraid of the dentist. Because I am very afraid of the dentist, so I can just
or
be
you
there
could just
crying.
play Slime Rancher.
Could do that too.
I actually feel like Charlie, you've even got Xbox Game Pass. You need to install Slime Rancher now and have a go at it and see what we made.
It is
You realise
good.
how-
Apart from those
how
cats, there's fucking
little
annoying.
free time I have.
Yeah, bro, you don't. You just need 5 hours of it. Like,
I've got 5 hours.
You've got 5 hours to Slime Ranch. Everyone has Slime Ranch hours.
I have hours to want to play a video game.
Well, Charlie, I'm up for playing Overwatch with you. I text Tasha, but she hasn't responded. But we could do duo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed now. I'm absolutely shattered. But
bye, Alex.
guys,
Thanks for a great set.
It was hella fun. Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you, Alex.
Really nice to join in.
Yeah, no worries.
Join in.
Talk to you.
I'll message you sometime anyway.
Yeah, do. Let me know how COVID is. And Charlie, I shall see you on Friday.
See you Friday, bro.
See you guys soon.
Don't
Bye.
go,
Adios.
Chess.
Bye.
Lots of love.
Charlie,
I'm so fucking ready.
Do you feel more like responsible for Timmy now that you have a child of your own?
Yeah, I think my child in real life is probably slightly less adept than Timmy at this point in time. I mean, Timmy can use literal healing magic and support his own neck, so he's got a bit of an advantage over Rose. But I mean, yeah, I definitely want to make sure Timmy's happy, achieves his dreams.
Is that a guitar I hear being tuned?
I've got to make sure I put life insurance in for myself when I murder Dan. Right, Tom, let's fucking play some Overwatch. It has actually been insanely
It has
long.
been long. I'll stream it. Hang on, let me end this stream so it doesn't
I'm going to
mess
have
with...
one more puff, because I'm not quite high enough to be good.
Alright, that's a good way to end the stream.